Te- Test 1, 2. I got nothing here. Well, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
You know that's not the
Yeah.
thing you need to change.
Test 1, 2. Test, test. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pleasant Hill, Missouri, for your Harrisonville Wildcats versus the Pleasant Hill Roosters tonight. Third game of the regular season, and it's that time now. Everybody is locked into the fall seasons after today. So that is going to be the story, as they had till the 11th to withdraw from the fall sports series and go with the spring sports. So now it's going to be all fall. So we'll see how it rolls, because it is one of those situations that it's fluid each and every week. Each week teams are canceling games and getting quarantined. Richmond was out of quarantine after tonight. They're playing tomorrow. Some other teams of note, Versailles had to cancel their game tonight because of too many players out in quarantine. So just depends where you go. But tonight we have the Cass County Clash, I believe the 82nd edition. It is our pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Stop in and set up an account. Take advantage of free internet banking. I'll be joined here in a little bit by Travis Forschler, who will be joining me tonight. Gary couldn't make it tonight, so it'll be Travis and I coming up here in just a little bit for your play-by-play call. Right now, Pleasant Hill is thanking all of their seniors, and there's a lot of them out there. So we're going to take a quick time out. We'll get everything situated for you. We'll be back with your pregame show after this. You're watching high school football, 4Ts.com, and 4Ts streaming on YouTube.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You have many choices when you buy a used car. What do you want? A good deal? A quality vehicle? Outstanding service? At Holland's Auto Sales, you don't have to sacrifice for one of the others. You get all three. The best part is, Steve will be there for you, because Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's used car dealer for 36 years. So the next time you're in the market for a used car,
go where the Grammars go, Holland Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who 4Ts trust to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Labor Day sales event is going on now at Max Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Belton and Max Ford Harrisonville. Buy any new or pre-owned vehicle and receive holiday cash back up to $1,000 in your pocket plus no payments until 2021. Hurry in while selection is best. Over 1,500 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Remember, going on right now up to $1,000 holiday cash back plus no payments until 2021.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer.
MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. Stop in and set up a savings and checking account today and take advantage of that free internet banking. Wildcats and the Pleasant Hill Roosters set to come your way here in about 25 minutes or so. The Cass County Clash been pretty even over the last couple of years after the Wildcats had dominated most of the series since the two joined the MRVC West. But they have won a couple. They've won 2 out of the last 5 or 6, I believe it was Pleasant Hill. So kind of evening up a little bit over the last couple of years. Cats got some revenge after the beatdown that the Wildcats took 2 years ago up here, and they got some revenge on their own field last year. Of course, this year is a little bit different. You're not going to have a wild crowd on both sides. A lot of people at home going to be watching this contest as COVID continues to keep crowds limited. However, we're glad that we can bring you this broadcast. Football players from Pleasant Hill just got introduced. They're doing the cheerleaders and dancing now. So we are about 25 minutes away from your opening kickoff here. Cats and the Roosters. Right now I'm rolling solo till Travis Forschler gets here. Gary couldn't make it tonight, so it'll be just me here for the time being. We're going to start with some keys to the game. Keys to the next car, truck, or SUV. See the crew at Show Me Auto Mall bring you the keys to the game tonight. Key number 1 for me tonight for the Cats is a teeter-totter. That teeter-totter has been sitting on the ground on the run side the last 2 weeks. They have got to try to balance that out. You know how it was when you're in elementary school. You tried to balance on the teeter-totter, see if you could balance it out. The Cats kind of got to get that way. They're going to be a run-heavy team. You have a kid that rushes for 250 yards a game. He's a great athlete. You're going to use him. However, to make him the most effective, you're going to have to do a better job of mixing it up. So we'll see if the Cats can do that tonight. Key number 2 for me tonight is continue to improve defensively. They've struggled on the defensive end at times in games to slow down, and a lot of it's on misdirection and on the pass. So the Cats have got to be able to slow that down. That starts up front with your front 4. They've got to get some pressure in the backfield. After that first quarter last week, I thought they did a really good job getting pressure in the backfield and putting pressure on the first-year starter from Maryville, Connor Drake. So they got to do more of that tonight and try to get in the backfield, disrupt the passing lanes, and that will help your cornerbacks and stuff as well. That's key number 2. Key number 3, it's the same key we've talked about all year long. Just have fun. You don't know how long it's going to last. You could get in quarantine and be out for a couple of weeks. So that's one of the things you're going to have to worry about each and every week. So go out and have fun, because you might have to take 2 weeks off, and you don't want to do that in the situation that arises with COVID when it could possibly hit your team, which is a scary thought as well. Because what if you get all the way through the season, you're getting ready for your district opener, and your team has quarantine for 2 weeks? Season over. So you got to be thankful for each and every one of those weeks to go out and have fun and play fun and have fun if you're the Wildcats. Both teams come in at 1-1. Cats won their first game. Pleasant Hill lost its first game to Boonville, and then they won last week over St. Joe Benton. And then the Wildcats won their first game against St. Joe Lafayette, lost last week 42-40 in that thriller that had all combined. Cats were down 24-0 after one, come all the way back and outscore them 40-6 over the next couple of quarters, take a 40-30 lead, and then give up the last two touchdowns, lose 42-30 or 42-40, and had a chance. They were on the Maryville side at the end of the game, just could not get it into the end zone. So that is how the Cats fell to 1-1 after a lengthy delay. Got to give Jerry a lot of credit. Jerry was able to get that entire game back on the broadcast. It was for some reason only showing the second half. Had to do a couple of tweaks, and then the whole game now is on the archive, so you can go back and watch. And guys, I mean, amazing job last week. 4,500 people have watched that broadcast from last week as of tonight, as of kickoff tonight. So 4,500 people have taken in that broadcast last week. It means a couple things. It means a lot of people are tuning into Wildcat football, and it also means if you are a sponsor or you're wanting to be a sponsor, now is the time. So that's what you can do. You can get a hold of Jerry or I. We would love to have you guys on the broadcast. We're actually welcoming in a new sponsor tonight, CPSK Insurance in the Milwaukee Mall, and you'll hear from them a couple of times tonight as well. So still time to get you in the broadcast this year. So we got about 17 minutes before we go to the opening kick. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C² Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that 4T's Broadcasting is always the best trash crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C² touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C² Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
When it comes to fast service and reasonable prices, Young's Auto Repair is the place. Whether it is a standard oil change, new brakes, or something major, William and Michelle with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you are back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pocket. Don't break the bank when it comes to your vehicle needs. Instead, come to the shop that keeps the cost in check and you rolling back down the highways. Young's Auto Repair, right across the street from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C² Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that 4T's Broadcasting is always the best trash crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C² touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C² Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
When you plan a party, the last thing you want to do is worry about cooking and cleaning up that mess. Call the experts at Time for Seasoning Catering. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant menu for your celebration. Take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu that they'll be talking about for weeks. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME forseasoning.com to get her booked today.
No matter the day of the week, there's always something cooking at Forged by Fire. Taco Tuesdays, Wildcat games on Friday nights, or another day in between. Forged by Fire is the stop. Daily specials and a large menu means you will find something for everyone. Burgers, steak, sandwiches, and more sides than anyone. You will leave full and satisfied. Forged by Fire is also Wildcat Central on Friday nights as they broadcast the football games on the big screen. Forged by Fire on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Chad Grammer alongside of me is Travis Forschler. I know it was just the traffic, right, Travis?
Always. It's always traffic.
So we are ready for some football. The band out there for Pleasant Hill and doing their performance. Kind of an odd year. Bands are performing before the game instead of at halftime. So we will have the band going right now. We're going to have the national anthem coming up in a few minutes. So we wanted to bring it back to you for a minute and get ready. Now, Travis, I got a question. Did you get to play Pleasant Hill in high school, or were they not in your conference yet?
They were not in the conference. We got to play them outside of that a couple times. A lot of your 7-on-7 stuff, your camps that were contact over the summer and things. We got to see our fair share of P Hill, but it wasn't, the nitty-gritty when you get down to conference play that you're talking about now.
Yeah, so now it's for more, they say, with it being a conference game, and this is the conference opener for both squads. A couple of the MRVC West teams got together last week as Clinton got thumped by Odessa. Oak Grove won their game over Warrensburg, so it kind of tells you Odessa's still on their good game, and then Oak Grove could be a thorn in some people's sides this year. Of course, Excelsior Springs should be back to action, I believe, either maybe tomorrow or next week, as they've been out for a couple of weeks. So we are ready for some football here in a couple of minutes. Glad you could join us tonight. Get your first look at Jace Reynolds tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm excited to see, as you put together a new team every year, kids going out, kids coming in, you get to see who steps up, and it's always nice to see, you come out here and you feel the electricity in Friday night football.
Absolutely, and it's just so weird this year with COVID going on and a lot more people sitting at home watching, but just also the atmosphere. My wife texted me a couple minutes ago, and she goes, "You seem really quiet. Are you trying to be quiet? Is it quiet there?" I was like, "Well, it is senior night," and I go, "I don't know what it is, but I think when people have masks on, they're more afraid to talk." I've been going to class at UCM. Everybody's got a mask on. It's like it's a muzzle, too, that people don't want to talk. So it's been really quiet here, and I was like, you know what? If you guys want to listen to me, you can listen to me. If not, then, try to tune me out. But I'm going to be loud because I get loud, and that's just kind of what I do.
I was going to say, good luck with that, blocking us out. Voices that carry and getting excited about football, that's going to be tough to block out.
So they're going to have the national anthem. The colors are coming out onto the field, so we will take a timeout. We'll be back with Wildcat starters in the Cornhouse right after this.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Bradley Sainer can help you understand your options so you can be prepared for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Farmers agent Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matters most to you. That's Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your car serviced. They will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
How nice would it be to get a check from someone and not have to worry about getting to the bank to put it in your account? At Hawthorne Bank, you can do exactly that. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and voila, the check has been deposited into your account. Not to mention, you can always manage your accounts and payments right in the app as well. Hawthorne Bank prides itself on being at the forefront of technology to always make your banking a breeze. Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
The Second Amendment is alive and well in Harrisonville. Just walk into Cass County Guns and Ammo and you will see why. With a wide selection to choose from, they will get you set up. Home protection, hunting, or recreational, it doesn't matter. Cass County Guns and Ammo has you covered. Don't forget to bring the husband, and they can take care of him as well. Located in the strip mall by 291.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the big blue building.
Welcome back to Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We're right behind the Pleasant Hill Middle School in that field house that I watched so many good basketball games in over the years. Former assistant coach for the Wildcats, Frankie Jackson, was part of several games I watched over there in that field house along with my cousin Noah Schussler. They got to play Pembroke Hill back in the Rush Brother days, and if you didn't get a chance to be able to watch the Rush Brothers when they were in high school, you were missing out because it was must-see basketball. So we're back here live. We're ready for high school football in about 7 or 8 minutes as we have some starters. Let me go over the Wildcat starters offensively for you. Of course, you know the guy in the backfield. Jace Reynolds, number 25, is going to be the lead back for the Wildcats. Expect Jake Ward as well as Joshua Pesic to get involved. You have River Riley under center. You're going to have Kennedy Atkinson, who played a good part last week for the Wildcats, out wide, and you'll have those guys up front taking care of them, including Trevor Campbell, Ethan Murray, Brian Garlock, and Bradshaw as well. Those guys up front, Logan Mann will be in there time to time. So those guys up front will be leading the way for Jace Reynolds. They've done a good job over the first 2 weeks. Jace averaging 271 yards a game. But I'm sure if you would ask Coach Meeks and Coach Schenker, they would probably like to even it out and not have him running 34 times a game. Maybe get him in the mid-20s, get some other guys involved, and get that passing game going too.
Absolutely. It opens up a lot there. That's a pretty healthy average. As you talk about walking into this, it will be nice for a little bit of balance, just so you're not taking extra hits. You're giving a little bit of carries to where you can kind of mix things up to where now your coaches can open up that playbook a little bit rather than we're living and dying by this, and that's the way it's going to go.
The starting lineup brought to you by Harrisonville's best lineup of insurance, Stafford and Stafford Insurance. And, you know, one of the things you talk about when we talk about mixing it up a little bit more, different offseason than normal, Travis. You didn't have your whole summer conditioning. They put a new offense in the offseason. Well, thought they were going to have all summer to work on it. And in turn, really, they had 3 weeks to work on it. So, you know, those first couple of games, they're non-conference games. You're trying to work on things, see what works, what doesn't. Now the games start for good tonight because it's conference season.
Absolutely. You're always worried about how many reps that you get. And, you know, there's different philosophies when you're talking about installing those offenses, defenses, whatever you're installing. You're looking at walking through it as many times as you can. Yes, your timing full speed is going to be a little bit different, but as long as they hit those mental reps as many times as they can, and as they continue to do it week in, week out, the timing will come with that, and they're going to be firing on all cylinders at some point in time.
Well, and it's a complex blocking scheme. You saw last night with the Chiefs when they played, they had Allaire in there, the rookie. Mm-hmm. They did a lot more zone blocking and a lot more pulling, trapping. So it'll be interesting to see if the Cats continue to go with that as the year goes on and get better at those pulls and traps, because there's a lot of motion on their line as well.
Absolutely. So they're going to start to see those linemen up front, and depending on who's pulling those zone blocks, they're going to come up against different fronts, obviously, all year. Other defenses are going to see what kind of works against some of that, and they're going to try to throw different fronts at them, whether it be, early on or there's some kind of adjustments. And that's going to be for those offensive linemen to see and recognize, and it becomes a simple rule at that point. And, again, the more reps that you get the better it's going to look towards the middle end of the season as you continue to get stronger.
Well, I want to thank all of our great sponsors who make these broadcasts possible each and every week, and all of our listeners as well. Remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, that way you'll get the update, you'll get the link, and all the updates sent to you during the week when we're getting ready to go on Friday night at 6:30. So remember to subscribe to the channel. We've had over 7,100 viewers in the first 2 weeks, 4,500 now that have watched from last week. So incredible numbers this year. The highest we had ever had in a game was 2016 quarterfinal against Webb City with 3,000. For obvious reasons why that had 3,000 views. So you can tell a lot of people are having to stay home and watch us on video, and we're glad to have you. And if you want to sponsor, get a hold of Jerry or I, or Gary if you see him around town, as we're still looking for sponsors. A new sponsor, CPSK Insurance, coming on board tonight as well for the remainder of the season, football, basketball, and all season. So we're just a couple of minutes away from the coin toss as they're getting ready to send folks out there for that. And, of course, we're going to have the one captain walk out to meet at midfield, and the other ones will be behind them. So we're ready for some football here from Pleasant Hill as that coin toss is set to come your way, as you can probably see that on the screen right now. I want to thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast and also for tonight's pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. Stop into Sherwood and open up an account and take advantage of free internet banking. Coin toss is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank. Take that extra coin to Hawthorne and start a savings account today. So we await the results of the coin toss. We are going to see who that is as they are talking over the situation now. For the Cats tonight, they're going to be in their white tops, blue numbers, blue helmets, blue pants. Pleasant Hill will be in their gold pants with the purple tops, white and gold around the white numbers with the gold lid as well for Pleasant Hill.
Those options must be kind of nice to pick from.
So the Cats are waiting to see what the coin toss is. It looks like Coach Shanker is the one out there representing the Wildcats. The captains stand at the 50-yard line on their end of the field. Cats will be on the far side of the field. Pleasant Hill on the near side here on the sidelines. So we are waiting. I saw the coin flip, but I haven't seen what they decided. So it looks like Pleasant Hill will receive, and the Cats will defend. So we are ready for some football. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with your opening kick right after this.
Whether it's a small job to patch your lawn or commercial installation, Held's Turf Farm can do it all. From the Loves and Quick Trip to the Lady Wildcat softball field,
it's better now.
Have you seen green with their fescue and bluegrass sod? Sean and Michelle also love to support Harrisonville schools, the Wildcats. Give Heltz a call today at 816-540-2020.
Inside the train testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests. We drop them, slam them against a wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. We test so it runs.
On Heating and Cooling is your local train dealer. They've been serving Harrisonville and the surrounding communities for over 50 years. If you need service, repair, or replacement of your heat pump, furnace, air conditioner, or indoor air quality equipment, give Hahn a call at 816-380-5659, just like the Wildcats.
It's hard to stop a train.
Whether it's a small job to patch.
Welcome back. Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill set to do battle. The Cats are going to kick off. They're going to kick from left to right. Or, as Gary would like to let us know, they're going to kick from east to west. So we are ready for football. Teaming to kick it away for the Cats. Trio of Roosters back to receive. And here we go with the, I like to call it the dance routine, and they're going to go onside, and it is going to be handled by Pleasant Hill at midfield. So a good job covering it up for Pleasant Hill right up front. And that was the big guy up front, Alden Barrett, who covers it up, sophomore lineman. So Pleasant Hill going to have good field position from their own 47 to start this drive.
They must have seen a little bit of that before. I think they had 6 up front, 2 about 5-6 yards behind that, not a whole lot else.
And wouldn't you know it, a Kohler going to be starting for Pleasant Hill. I think there's about 835 of them that have come through the high school. Kind of like the Cats have had several names through the years. They're going to go pistol formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 to your right, 1 to your left. And Kohler going to take the snap and hand right off up the middle through the arms of Campbell. And then the Cats back it up after a couple-yard gain. Gray with the run.
Firing off well. I tell you what, after a 1 missed tackle, you got about 3 or 4 that you're running into a wall of.
So that was a good penetration by Campbell there, and then the guys to help clean it up. So Gray behind Kohler in the backfield, 3 wide receivers, 2 your right, 1 to your left, and he's looking to throw this time. He throws it out in the flats, short to his receiver, but it is caught. That was hauled in by Hicks. It'll bring up 3rd down and a pair into Wildcat territory, down to the Wildcat 45. And it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, here they'll be looking for pace.
So they're going to go split wide to the left, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Pistol formation again for Kohler with Gray in the backfield. And they're going to look to pass again. And up the middle goes Kohler, and he's going to slide. And that was a bad move on Kohler's part because he started that slide short. They're going to mark him about a yard short, because it's not where you end your slide, it's where you start it.
To give up, absolutely. And, I mean, you got to have a little bit better field awareness right there when you're looking at 3rd down.
So it'll be a 4th down, but Pleasant Hill thought, well, we're going to go forward anyway on 4th down.
Yeah.
So they're going to go forward on 4th and 1. And Kohler going to come up to the line of scrimmage and going to go push it ahead. And I don't think he got there. They're marking him short.
Stand-up.
So I don't think he's going to have it, and if not, that means the Cats are going to take over. He had to get to the 43, and I don't know that he had it. It's going to be close. They may have to measure this one.
Here, absolutely. Yep.
Pleasant Hill's saying they've got it.
You don't want to do the first one incorrect, so.
It'll be close. We'll see as they measure. I think he's going to be a little short. I could be wrong, depending on where they pull this one to. And he is short, so it'll be Cats football. He was about a half-yard short. It looked like it from up here where the spot was.
Yep, I mean, good spot on, I think, both of those. You're looking at, again, the give up on the slide a little bit early, rather than going ahead and taking an extra step and getting that thing.
So it'll be Riley in the backfield. In the shotgun, he'll have Reynolds next to him, the 2 backs off the end on the right side, and Atkinson. And they're going to look to throw it to Atkinson out to the flat. He's got it to the 50, stiff arms down to the 47-yard line. A good 9-yard, 8-yard gain for the Cats to start it, and they're into Pleasant Hill territory down to the 48 of the Roosters.
Make a quick move of that to get into the territory.
And I like the way they go with the pass to start things off.
A little bit surprised by that, but I like it as well, kind of showing the, multifaceted. We're not just going to give it 60 times a game.
So it'll be Reynolds and Riley in the backfield on 2nd and 2. And this time they're going to snap it to Reynolds, and Reynolds goes right through a hole, going to get about 5. So it'll be 5 yards for him. So a 5-yard gain for him. Brings up 1st and 10, and that's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliance. And Here we go. This one's a direct snap again to Reynolds, and Reynolds finds a hole into the secondary, down to the 30, still on his feet, 25.
Keep the legs trucking.
Down to the 22. 21 on that one for Reynolds.
I mean, obviously, when you're talking about where his average has been, they open up some options here when you're looking at direct snaps, when you're looking at the whole flow of the whole line. And there is option to cut up. There's option to pitch it. It's got to be a nightmare for defenses.
Absolutely. So here we go on 1st and 10 down to the 23. And again, now a misdirection to Pesic, and Pesic's going to get about 5 out of that one. See where they actually mark it down at. And that is 5 yards for Pesic.
Ooh. Yep, those different options got to make it tough. And if you're watching your linemen, you may see some of those pullers every once in a while, but you get one person to hold tight, and then there's a hole on the other side. I mean, there's.
I like having a lineman up here with me because he can just dissect the middle of those lines. Here they go. Riley going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds nowhere to go, but he was able to squeeze forward and get himself a yard out of that one. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Cats down at the 16 of the Roosters. Cats probably figuring it's 4-down territory, so on a 2nd down, you can
plays here.
try a dive on 2nd down. If you get 5 or 6, you like it. If not, you get a yard and go for it on 3rd and 4th downs here.
Absolutely.
So 3rd and 4 coming up. Atkinson flanked out left side. Riley, Reynolds in the backfield. And this time they're going to hand it off, and Reynolds has a lane, and he gets inside the 10. See where they mark him. It's going to be a chain mover. 7 yards on the carry for Reynolds, and it's enough for Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. And that brings us to 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
The O-line's firing off pretty well here. He could just really draw that in the dirt, direct snap, and they had everything move forward. And he could choose.
Jace is so good at finding that open hole as well. 1st and goal from the 9. And here they go, Reynolds, and right up the middle he goes to the 5, cut back a little bit and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cats on the 9-yard run.
Well, and that's what you get when you got somebody that's going to keep driving the legs, and your first contact stuff is not going to get it done. And he'll show you how to hurt you real quick there.
So here we go on the extra point. Cats run the swinging gate. They do a pretty good job of it as well because no matter how they do it, it always seems to do a little bit of confusion. And right there up the middle they go. Looked like that was Ward, and Ward was a little short, so they come up short on that one. That touchdown was brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Allow them, give them that just right touch in your car when it needs fixed. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. Cats lead 6-0.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
All right, welcome back, Cats. Set to kick it off. This kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb. Go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires today. We'll see if the Cats actually kick it deep because they haven't done that much this year. And this time they're going to go onside again, and it's covered up right at midfield. I just wait. One of these games, they keep doing this. One of these games, they're just going to start kicking it deep. Nobody's going to be back there, and they're going to try to run those down.
It's just showing a little confidence in your defense.
Absolutely. Gary was very satisfied that we said east to west on the broadcast. I got a old Pleasant Hill Rooster listening. I've been texting with Dustin Mounts watching the broadcast. He wanted to let me know that it was super biased, kind of like Joe Buck on Fox with the Cardinals.
Oh, no comparisons to Joe Buck, please.
So it will be ball at midfield when we get set to go back to action here. Pleasant Hill going from west to east in this first quarter. 7:16 to go in the first. Cats lead 6-0. They got a 4-and-out off of Pleasant Hill on that first drive. And, I think the key play on those 4 plays was that slide by Kohler. He had the first down, slid early, and then that brought up a 4th and short.
I have a feeling he might not make that mistake the rest of the game. Probably going to go get that and earn every yard for those first downs, move the sticks.
So it'll be Kohler. I think we'll see a heavy dose of some passing from Kohler as well as a lot of runs from Silas Gray tonight. So Brock Kohler brings his team out. He'll have Gray behind him in that pistol formation. 3 wide receivers set to the near side, left side this time, 1 out to the right side. Atkinson going to be out here on coverage along with Sean Carruthers and Xander Johnson on the near side.
They are hugging up tight here.
Norris Vance will be on the opposite side. Pistol formation for Kohler, and he's going to hand off to Gray, and Gray into the secondary, but drugged down after a gain of 9.
I think that could have been a little bit
Michael
worse.
with the tackle there after the 8-yard gain.
Yeah, as they brought a little bit of pressure off of that far edge, and I think they had two guys in one gap on the outside because that shot up in pretty quick.
So here we go on 2nd and a pair, and again they're going to hand off to Gray. Gray gets close to the first down. I think they're going to mark it, and he was met by Ethan Murray. And I believe he's going to have enough for a first down. They will move the chains. That will be 2 yards. So here we go. For the Roosters, they get it to the 40, get their first down of the ball game. 3 wide receivers set to the left side, 1 to the right. Kohler in the pistol has Gray behind him in the backfield on 1st and 10. And they're going to fake to Gray. They're going to look to pass. And chased out of the pocket is Kohler. And Kohler is going to go out of bounds, tackled by Campbell out of bounds. I think they wanted maybe a late hit there, but that was just a continuation of play out of bounds.
Yeah, be careful over there as you run the feet. As long as your feet stop and you're not being malicious with it to the ground, it's not too bad. But I'd be careful on those. You don't want to have any kind of penalties to sustain a drive.
So a 1-yard scramble by Kohler brings up 2nd down and 9 to the 39. And here we go. Kohler now looking to pass again. He throws it in the flats, complete down to the 30 for another first down. Dylan DeMarco. It was a 9-yard gain. And it moves the sticks down to the 30. Kohler showing some poise in the pocket there, delivering it on target. Got a catch from DeMarco. 1st and 10, Pleasant Hill down to the Cat 30-yard line with 6:07 to go here in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers still flanked out to that left side, 1 to the right. This time they're going to fake it to Gray, and they throw a slant and caught on the far side.
Good position, good D.
That was to Clayton Kohler, I believe. So Kohler to Kohler, and that is a 7-yard gain. Brings up a 2nd and 3 down to the 23 of the Cats. Murray coming out of the ball game. Man coming into the, or nope, sorry, that is not Man. That is Larkham coming in. I'm wrong again. I thought it was 66. It's 56. Tanner Drake. Maybe I'll get it right now. A new lineman coming into the ball game for Pleasant Hill as well, Connor Harden. So 2nd down and 3 coming up after all the changes. Like a pit stop there. 3 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Pistol formation. Kohler with Gray behind him in the backfield. And again, they're going to pass. Cats showing pressure, and they get the pressure and take him down. Several Cats in on that one, including 62, Joe Esco. Last one up off of the pile there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for Pleasant Hill.
Those blue numbers are kind of hard to see on the white jerseys, huh?
No, numbered period. I think I may need to get better contacts or something. You know, your eyesight starts going when you get old, Travis. You're getting there, bud. You're getting there.
All right, I'll keep updating those contacts.
3rd and 5, 3 wide receivers to the right, pistol formation for Kohler. He's got Gray. He's going to look to pass. Gray, extra protection there. He's going to throw a jump ball, and incomplete in the end zone. Looked like they got their legs tangled up. Redwine and Atkinson out there. Going to bring up 4th and 5.
Timing of that ball goes ahead and kind of throws everybody off. It's going to almost be uncatchable when you spin somebody in a full circle to try and hunt that down in the air.
And kind of similar to what the Cats did their last drive. They knew they were probably in 4-down territory. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5 here. You could always get that short pooch kick, too, to try to pin them deep, depending on what they want to do.
At this distance, that's almost more difficult than,
absolutely.
than going for it.
2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. And Kohler looking to pass, and he throws it over the middle, wide open, inside the 10. Johnson takes him down at the 5, but wide open was Hicks.
Yep, brought a little bit of pressure, and your seams are are wide open right there, just a one step. And
so a 20-yard gain makes it a 1st and goal to go for the Roosters here with 4:45 to go in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kohler looking to the sideline for his play as the clock winds down. The play clock down to 10 now. Expect a dose of Gray maybe here. No, they're going to still look to pass. They throw it in the flats short, and down is going to be DeMarco at about the 2. No, sorry, that was Redwine. Has a completion down to about the 2. Gives them more options on 2nd and goal from the 2. So if you're the Cats, you'd like to bend but not break here.
Yeah, absolutely. You get to see whether that 4-down territory was worth it here, coming away with some points or getting a stop here on the goal line. Which, yeah, that bend don't break and being stout here on the goal line is kind of a good way to be, and traditionally from Harrisonville's
It'll
side.
Be interesting to see what they do here as they get to play. They're going to let it wind down and call a timeout on 2nd and goal. They had it bunched up 3 wide receivers over to the far side, but that was the short side of the field. You wonder if they were going to go overload it and try to get Gray on that side, or maybe go misdirection the other way, catch the Cats sleeping. So regardless, with 3:46 to go, we got a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout as well.
A strong lineup is always important no matter the sport. The same should go for your insurance company as well. At Stafford & Stafford Insurance, your auto, commercial, life, health, farm, and crop insurance is all under one roof. With a lineup like that, they are sure to have your team covered. Call the team that will line up with the best of them. Stafford & Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville, located on Commercial Street across from Holland's Auto Sale.
All right, welcome back. We'll see what happens here. 2nd and goal from the 2, 3:46 to go here, first quarter. Pleasant Hill trying to punch one in and tie it up and eventually maybe take the lead and then get the extra point here. So, again, we'll see what they come out of the huddle. They were lined up with the bunch on the far side, which was bunched up on that far hash. Leads you to believe they may want to run Gray that way or look backside for some misdirection as you have one-on-one coverage on the backside.
Yep, solo it up on the backside. I haven't really seen any kind of clear tendency, and especially down here, kind of all bets are off when you're talking inside the red zone.
So they're going to bring the team out to the line.
Looks like they went a little bit heavier here.
It looks like they're going to go direct snap to either Gray or Redwine, and they're going to give it to Redwine. He's going to try to squeeze in, and he's in for 6. So they go direct snap to Redwine for the 2-yard touchdown. So a 2-yard touchdown right there by Pleasant Hill ties us at 6 with 3:43 to go in the first quarter. A 10-play, 50-yard drive by Pleasant Hill to punch it in with 3:43 to go here in the first quarter.
Big play here.
So extra point coming up. Kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 7-6 Pleasant Hill. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. Cats trail by 1.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
All right, welcome back. 3:43 to go here. First quarter. Cats going to get the ball back. Michael and Reynolds are back to return this one for the Wildcats. Haven't seen a kick deep. This kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb and go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires. And here goes the kick, a little high end over end kick, going to be taken short and roll out of bounds. So we will see. And and it went out of bounds on the far side. I think they thought he touched it.
It's pretty tough to see from up here.
And yeah, we're a little bit farther away from that call. So
it's the context, though.
It is. So this will push it up. So it'll go up to the 35. So the Cats will have the ball at their own 35 to start this drive.
That's a dangerous little pooch kick as you have a little bit of that space. As soon as it goes after that second row's head, now you have somebody coming up really quick on it, and that guy can't turn around and get back to it.
And Michael over there probably was an in-between there, didn't know what he wanted to really do with it, and he kind of slid, and it thankfully went out of bounds.
Yeah, good hop on our favorably on us.
So, again, shotgun formation. It's going to be Riley and Reynolds in the backfield. Coach Hamilton's wanting to talk about it, or wanting somebody to talk to him about it. Nobody is wanting to talk to him about it. So it'll be 1st and 10, Wildcats from their own 35. Riley in the shotgun, a high snap, and he hands off to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
You got to eliminate those high snaps kind of off to the right that disrupts any kind of timing in the backfield. Getting back to the line of scrimmage is almost a gift there.
Yeah, because the high snap, then he's got to bring it down and hand off all of that.
I can't believe how much hang time he had for being 3 yards away from the ball.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. And here goes the snap. They're going to go in motion. They're going to give it in motion to Pesic. Pesic tries to cut back, barrels his way forward. He's going to get about 3 on that. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. So a 3-yard gain by Pesic, and it brings up 3rd and 7 for the Cats. On that kind of jet sweep off motion.
Well, and the thing is you're continuing to get different looks right now. He's probably still sticking to the script at the beginning of the game. The first drive, you go down without a hitch and score. You're going to keep looking at that script, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, so what you can come back to throughout the game when you get into a grind or a crunch time situation.
So Pesic and Messer come into the ball game, or go out of the ball game, I should say. Xander Johnson and Atkinson going to be flanked out to the far side. This is a look you haven't seen much from the Cats. And we got a whistle.
Delay a game, I believe.
And a delay a game on the Cats. So 3rd down and 7 becomes 3rd and 12. So not what the Cats wanted. 2 wide receivers to the other side, and now a whistle.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
And
all
5
right.
yards backward. So 3rd and 7 turns into 3rd and 17. So 3rd down and 17 here. So wide receiver is going to be Atkinson out to the left side, but he's kind of in tight.
You may be looking at a little play action here. Quick little dump to a tight end.
We're going to go direct snap to Reynolds, and Reynolds follows his blockers.
Well,
he's going to get close to that first down. He's going to be about a yard short, up to about the 44-yard line. So he got 16 of it back.
What do you need play action for? That works pretty nice right there.
So on a fourth down, you got to figure the Cats are going to try to go for it here, and they will. So fourth and short, 1:50 to go, first quarter. Cats down 7-6.
This kind of situation is where you're looking for a solid snap. You're looking for firing off the ball and fall ahead for your first down.
And they got Reynolds back there to take that direct snap, and it'll actually be Pesic, and Pesic's going to get it. He's got 2, and that's all they needed. They needed 1, he got 2. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cats up to the 46. So it's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. The 1-1 Harrisonville Wildcats, the 1-1 Pleasant Hill Roosters, both non-con games for both squads. First conference game of the year in the MRVC West for the two squads. So an important first game for both in the conference season, and it comes in the Cass County clash with your rival.
Shows pretty good poise coming back from that 3rd and 17. Go ahead and get that back.
So it'll be a 1st and 10. Now they're going to snap it to Reynolds, and Reynolds cuts through a hole, back and spins out of a tackle, but it's going to come back. There's going to be a hold. So he would have had a 6-yard gain. Instead, it'll be a hold on the Cats. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. And if it's from the spot, it looks like it'll be a equal at about 8 yards. Bring up a 1st and 18. We will see if that's where. Oh, no, it's even farther up. It looks. Oh, wait.
The good
okay, here we
good
go.
Toss by the flag, so you can't really tell.
So there we are. Now it's going to be an 8-yard or a 10-yard runoff, but it'll bring up 1st and 18. So that hold ends up costing the Cats some yardage there. Would have been a 6-yard gain. Instead, it's 1st down and 18. Atkinson flanked out to the left and tight on that left side as well. 2 backs in the backfield. Riley. They're going to hand in a back door to Pesic, and Pesic's going to get a good chunk of it back. He'll get 6 of it. Bring up a 2nd down and 12.
They're not making it real easy on themselves right now, but you still get that misdirection. You're going to go bam, you're going to go direct snap, and then a little misdirection.
So 2nd down and 12 coming up. 35 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Cats trail 7-6. 2 wide receivers near side now. And Riley looking to throw. He goes into the flats for Ward. Ward gets it to the midfield stripe and spun out of bounds. 6 yards. 6-yard reception.
Solid percentage pass to put yourself in a nice manageable 3rd down. He had 2 guys, they ran a nice little flood out here. He had a couple different 2nd and even 3rd level guys floating out here to the sidelines. There's a lot tougher pass to go ahead and drop in over, a pretty well defending outside linebacker down here on the near side.
So brings up 3rd down and 6. Riley in the backfield has Reynolds with him. 2 wide receivers out to the left side. They're going to go back door to Reynolds, and Reynolds busts through traffic inside the 45, close to a 1st down.
He gave him a pretty good spot there.
Good spot, but I think he's going to be about just short. 6-yard gain, but it'll be 4th and inches.
They're going to measure it. I think you're right on about 6.
Yeah, I think they're going to be about a half football short on this one. We will see as they are going to bring the chains out for a measurement. I need an optometrist, Jerry, that could sponsor the measuring of it every game. It could be like their thing.
You could probably snag some binoculars or something.
And they're about half a football short. See, my eyesight's not that bad. So it's going to be 4th down and inches for the Cats. 4th and about a football. I don't want to miss time. I don't want to say how short I was because somebody will text me and be like, well, you were wrong. It was actually a football or something like that. So I think it's about a half football, but we'll see. So they got to get to that 44-yard line, and they're just shy of it. Cats are going to be in a hurry to get up to that line of scrimmage. Put the extra back in the backfield right in front of those two. And we'll wait. Be 4th and short coming up. Another 4th down stand coming up, trying to for Pleasant Hill. Cat's going to snap it to Reynolds, and Reynolds has it. Easily got it. He got about 3 on that. And it'll bring up another first down. That's Troby's Maytech Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Cats have it down to the 41-yard line. Second 4th down conversion of this drive. That ends the first quarter. So 1 quarter in the book, 7-6 Cats trail. We'll be back right after this.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back after 1 quarter. Cats trail 7-6, but they do have the ball and are driving, have had a couple of 4th down conversions on this drive alone. So they are moving the football. Pull up a scoreboard here, see what we can get around the area. It's like Platte County up 14-0 over Grandview. Looks like Clinton was playing Forsyth tonight. That would have been a drive for Forsyth. Wow. Not too bad of a drive, but West Platte up 14-0. Always got to give the West Platte score because, you know, that was my alma mater. But we'll get some other scores for you here.
No, there's no other ones.
Not a lot of other ones. I was looking for some out of ours. So the Cats now going to go west to east in this second quarter. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Riley Reynolds in the backfield on 1st and 10. And they're going to give it on a misdirection to Pesic. And Pesic going to barrel forward. Going to get about 5. Mark him down at the 36, and it will be a 5-yard run for Pesic. So 5-yard run by Pesic, and the Cats have a 2nd and 5 coming up this one.
I don't know that looking at an offense that these formations and this bunch and everything would be, you know, my favorite to look at, but it's so multifaceted that I would hate to play defense against it as well.
Jerry's giving me hand signals. I don't know what he was talking about. They're going to be a direct snap again to Reynolds. 3-yard gain by Jace.
3rd and a long 2.
So 3rd, we'll call it 3, just, you know, give him a couple extra yards down there.
Yeah, 2 yards with a half football length.
So here we go, 3rd and 3 coming up. You know, it's 4-down territory for the Cats here. Atkinson going to be flanked out here near side on the left side. And they're looking to throw. They throw it to Atkinson, but it is wide. So that one is wide, brings up a 4th down and now it's 2, 4th and 2. You know, it was 3rd and 3. We're going to go 4th and 2 now. So it doesn't look as daunting. So 4th down, a long 2, short 3 for the Cats from the 33 of the Roosters.
I really like that 3rd down call. If he would have gotten out here and lined up, I think he would have had a little bit better fire off the ball and a little bit better timing as well.
So Reynolds is going to get the snap. He's going to look to cut back. He finds it into the
it
secondary. He gone to the 10, to the house. Jace Reynolds, 33 yards out. And he puts the Cats back on top, 12-6.
Yep. Yeah, you hit that open window and daylight ran to it.
And I will have, you know, Gary, I should say, while he's listening and not here working tonight, should be telling me how many 20-plus yard runs Jaces have. He's got 2 in this game already, a 21 and a 33-yard run. I'd like to know how many on the year. They're going to go on the snap. Riley looking to throw. He's going to throw it in the flats and incomplete. Cats lead 12-7 with 10:38 to go. That touchdown brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. The touch on your car is important. Let them check your car out today. We'll be right back after this.
A community always needs a group to help promote the small businesses in its town. Harrisonville Chamber of Commerce does this for Harrisonville. Chamber Golf Tournament, Log Cabin Festival, and monthly meetings. The Chamber events are plentiful and a great way for your business to be seen. Go to harrisonvillechamber.com or watch the weekly Chamber chat for more Chamber happenings.
All right, welcome back. Travis tells me in the break, he goes, I guess we just don't kick much, do we? He goes, 2-point conversions and onside kicks. All right, that's what I like to see. Hey, that is an offensive coach's dream. Just keep kicking it. I mean, and I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Bouchard back in the day, he would have onside kicked it if he could every single time.
Yeah, and we probably would have got it a good 60% of the time as well.
So we'll see what they're going to do. It looks Tiemann and Atkinson are ready for the kick.
You know, we might see an onside kick.
They're going to fake that one, and then Kennedy is going to roll it, and it's going to be covered up again. Oh, Odessa's up 14-0 over Marshall, so they're a non-conference game tonight. So Cats give up short field again, and again, I'd like to see him at least, kick a squibber down the middle, see what you could do, on that, and not give them those short fields as they like to spread it out.
Just trying to keep everyone's stats as short as possible. Even if they score, you don't get 79-yard drives.
There you go. So it'll be from their own 47 to start this one, going from east to west. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers. Make it 3 out to the right side, 1 to the left side. And they're going to hand it off to Gray, and Gray's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Trevor Campbell trying to strip it out of there on the initial contact. He's going to get about 2.
It was a good job hanging on, too. As he went for that strip, he almost let go to where you go from, a 2-yard gain to a potential first down or more, depending on who the nearest player is after that. But it was a good job hanging on.
So 2nd down and 8 coming up. Wide receiver to your left, 3 to your right, pistol formation. And here they go. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to look to pass. They got a man deep. Atkinson able to tip it away. Now he's mad at himself. He's like, I could have had that one intended for Hicks.
That's a good redirect.
Yeah, definitely what they needed there. Hicks snuck behind everybody, and Atkinson showing his athletic ability and his jumping ability there, be able to knock that one down. Brings up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Roosters from their own 49-yard line.
It's okay to be upset with yourself on a missed opportunity, but I'd be thankful that it didn't drop in over your head for a big potential play.
So 3rd down and 8 coming up. Wide receiver to the left, 3 to the right in the pistol formation. And Kohler going to pass. He's looking to pass out to this near side again. He's going to go over the middle this time. Hicks, no, incomplete. Almost picked off right through the hands of Sean Carruthers. I don't think he was ready for it as it skipped past him. And now we're going to see maybe our first punt of the ball game from their own 49 for Pleasant Hill.
Yep, they need to get a couple more tip drills going. I had a chance to be picked off to where we didn't see this punt.
And Reynolds and Michael stay at the 10, their own 10 here. And I believe Kohler is also the punter. And if that's the case, that's always dangerous because you never know when he can just take off and run with it. He's going to get it away. And the Cats come up. Michael picks it up and almost dropped it. Dangerous play right there as it popped into his pads and popped off his pads. But he was able to maintain it, and he has it up to the 19-yard line.
You'd like to see that handled a little bit better, but I love the idea of coming up and fielding it to where it doesn't go ahead and roll to where now you're within, you're inside your own 10.
Those are those ones. It's like, as a coach, you're like, no. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Because it could have been 1st and goal, or it could have been 1st and 10 from your goal line as opposed to at the 19 now.
It's just deep, gasp real quick, and then he sees it, handled.
So here come the Cats. Reynolds, Riley in the backfield. I probably don't have to tell you that if you're a Wildcat fan. You know who's going to be lined up back there, the two backs off the end. They're going to go misdirection. No, they're going to go right up the middle for Reynolds. And Reynolds is off to the races, to the 50, to the 40. Nobody going to get him to the house.
Hey, so that's
81 yards, Jace Reynolds.
That's going to be the third one over 20. For this one.
Unreal. The kid is, actually I got to give Michael Culpepper a shout out because Coach Danes, who knows Coach Meeks, everybody knows the Dane, everybody knows the names of Coach at Harrisonville. Nathan Danes put 34 carries a game. You're going to hurt the poor kid. And Michael Culpepper comes back and he goes, he could run it 50 times, go bale 4,000 things of hay, and then still be home for dinner and then go work out. That's just the way that kid is. He's a workhorse, and he just keeps on going. And an 81-yard run there, he's going to be close to 200 here in the second quarter. So he's at 185, and that's a bad snap. And,
maybe that's why
Travis asked why we haven't kicked an extra point. That could be it right there.
All
so,
right.
18-7 Cats lead. That touchdown brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. And that off target, if you need to work on your target practice, go to Cass County Guns and Ammo and work on your targets. We'll be back after this.
Take a break and watch the game. Let the pros do the photos. Royal One's photography allows you to not miss any of the action while they capture the moment. Whether it is in a sporting event, senior banners, or something special, they will take care of you. Trust the official photographer of 4T's Broadcasting, Royal One's Photography. Visit them on Facebook and book your appointment today.
Welcome back. Ready for the kickoff? Kickoff brought to you by our great friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb. Go see Young's today. So the Cats up 18-7, up by 11. Going to have an odd score tonight with all the missed extra points. So it is 18-7. Cats are out front by 11 here.
You pretty much always got a plan to be. Oh, hey, there
I
am.
Let me turn Travis back up. I do that to Gary every once in a while too. So 9:32 to go here in the second. Cats by 11.
When you're playing like that without the extra points or not getting your 2-point conversions, you're pretty much always looking to stay a touchdown ahead, pretty much, to play those numbers.
And we wait the kick, and the Cats are going to onside it again, and this time covered up by midfield. And it'll be ball at midfield, ball at their own 49-yard line. I'm going to have to ask, Coach, after the game, because we've done they've done more onside kicks. They haven't kicked it deep, but maybe 2 or 3 times all season. So obviously that's by design. Everything's by design. You put stuff on tape. People, maybe you could get somebody that goes, well, they're going to onside kick it every time, and then you try to kick it over their head and go chase it down. So 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the right side. Kohler in the backfield has Gray behind him. He's going to roll out and pass, and he has it on the sideline. Incomplete. Good coverage on the near side by Sean Carruthers. Brings up second down and 10.
Everyone drop into a pretty good zone. Everyone plays that man in zone. It's not no longer just sitting in garden grass. You're hitting that first hip that you come across with a different colored jersey. They all played really well there, and with him coming out of the pocket, made it a little bit difficult for the pass, and everyone was covered up pretty nicely.
So they're going to go 2 wide receivers to each side. Kohler in the pistol. He's going to fake to Gray, and nowhere to go. Cats all over him. Ball on the turf. Picked up by Vance. He's got it to the 30, to the 20, to the house. North Vance, 4-6.
And we'll have a penalty. That'll be in our favor.
No, I don't think so, unless you saw a different.
They clipped one of our guys after we had already scored the touchdown, I believe.
Well, but I also saw Norris Norris, it looked like he maybe high-stepped a little bit after he got across, but so I'm not sure.
the...
So about a 35-yard, 40-yard return.
Yeah, defensive scores don't happen every day. I guess you're going to just take that penalty.
Back-to-back games for the Cats. They had a big man pick six last week.
Ooh, you feel good on that one. Did he spike it and get a penalty?
No, it looked like he high-stepped once he was into the end zone.
I meant last week when the big boys taking a pick six. I'd almost take the butt chewing for that.
So 9:15 to go. It's 24-7. That's a football score for you. 24-7.
Get back around there.
9:15 to go.
So did this flag get waved off, or is it being assessed
On
afterwards?
the kick, yeah, it'll be on the kickoff. So the Cat's going to show for the extra point. High snap, kick up. It is good, and it's 25-7. That extra point was on target, just like you can be on target at Cass County Guns and Ammo. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.
Cray's Boutique inside Artisans Corner and Salon 114 on the historic square are proud to spotlight HHS cheerleaders all season long. Not only a cheerleader, senior Cammie Setzer also runs her own boutique inside of Artisans Corner. She has a wide variety of clothes, enjoys ordering new items, and custom creates shirts and koozies.
Go see Cammie at Cray's Boutique and go Wildcats!
Welcome back. Cats set to kick it off, lead at 25-7 now with 9:15 to go after the fumble return for a touchdown. And the Cats will kick it off. Well, the Cats will kick. We don't know if they'll kick it off. They may kick it short, but the Cats set to kick here.
You know, going back to the scoop and score here, they had almost the perfect design play for that blitz coming off of this side. They showed play action. I mean, it was coming to his back. And then when the play action didn't go ahead and run the screen, now you got three guys that are coming quick to be able to, force that turnover and ultimately turn it into 6.
So I was wrong. It was actually on Pleasant Hill. But the ref, after that touchdown, Mark showed it was on
the wrong
us.
direction.
Yeah,
I
so
saw that as
and that's
well.
what I thought and he didn't do when I was said that Vance did that. He didn't do like a Deion Sanders look back, high step into the end zone. It was
Right.
just a couple of shuffles of the feet there, but that wasn't what they called.
I
it.
thought I saw what that contact was right there at the goal line. Hey, we might kick it deep here.
So the Cats are going to boot it deep. And it's going to be taken about the 2-yard line up to the 10 to the 20. Red Wine through the initial contact in the hole up to about the 28-yard line.
The kickoff team's not used to running that far, so
They were a little winded there.
Yeah.
So ball at their own 28 for Pleasant Hill with 9:09 to go here in the second quarter.
You know, it's weird too how the COVID and the changes everything this season. You got a lot more playing both ways and on your special teams, and your rosters are a little bit smaller due to either people sitting out or just not traveling as many people.
Yeah, and that's one. I think that's kind of by design too. If you got more guys going both ways, you got a shorter bench, and not as many guys traveling. So they're going to go handoff this time to Gray. No, I think that was Red Wine. He's going to get about a yard up to the 29. So a 1 yard gain there.
He met a pretty strong wall right there at the line of scrimmage. Fought himself forward for a couple of yards, but he ran into 2.
So he got a 2 yard gain. We're going to go in motion here with Hicks, and instead they're going to go up the middle with it, couple of yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Pleasant Hill from their own 32-yard line. So 3rd and 6 coming out, up. So 3rd down and long for Pleasant Hill. Wide receiver to the left side, wide receiver to the right. Pistol formation again.
Ooh.
And that jump off sides there on the near side. Looked like Stidham was a little bit early on that.
Made that a little bit more difficult. But I tell you what, us kicking it a little bit deep, not having the ball at midfield kind of shrunk the playbook a little bit there as far as, dive and then came right back with another trap. You assumed on that third and medium they were going to, maybe let the ball go a little bit in the air, and now they kind of put themselves to where they had to, unless the defense is just set up for something deep.
And that front four of the Cats can come after him here on a passing situation.
Start.
That was on the back, I believe, as well. So not the way they want to go there. Back-to-back false starts. So a third and manageable becomes third and long.
We've seen this once before, almost in the same spot with the Cats going that way.
So it went from third and manageable to about third and Strasburg for the Pleasant Hill Roosters. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, pistol formation. Cats, Schoenblitz, either going to roll out to the sideline and pitch it forward. He's going to get close. He got to the sticks, the original sticks, and then he's going to get it all the way up to about the 35, but it's going to be 4th down and 5, and looks like Pleasant Hill is going to have to.
Got another flag down. I didn't see that. That was kind of late.
Looks like they're pointing towards Pleasant Hill.
You know what? He may have stepped up and been in front of the line of scrimmage when he flipped that pass forward. I didn't see exactly where he was, but that would be.
Well, and it looks like that's
so the illegal man downfield may absolutely happen with that. Are either one of those lost it down? I know the illegal pass would be, but
not the ineligible man downfield, so it'll be another 5-yard. And Michael Culpepper, see, he's from the area. He let me know it's Keeler, not Kohler, the quarterback.
Oh, you were way off.
That happens. Not the first time. I'm wrong quite frequently.
Hey, I feel that.
Wide receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Pistol formation on 3rd and Kingsville now for Pleasant Hill. And they're looking to pass, and the Cats going to chased by several Cats, and Keeler gets out of it somehow. I'm going to go to the sideline and out of bounds, bring up 4th down and 10. Trevor Campbell was there initially and flushed him out of the pocket. Keeler was able to get about 8 yards, and it brings up a 4th down and 10, and they're going to have to punt with 7:40 to go here in the half.
And that was a pretty heads-up play. When he stepped up into the pocket, it looked like he was about dead to rights with 3 Cats coming up pretty quick, and he snuck out of it and got himself, maybe a little bit better on the field position side of things.
So Reynolds and Michael back to return it. Short one. Cats get away from it. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 40, make it the 39-yard line. And it'll be Cats ball from their own 40 after the punt. About a 38-yard punt, no return, and the Cats will have it from their own 40 with 7:33, trying to add to it here in this first half of play. Jace Reynolds, being Jace Reynolds so far tonight, 11. I got him 11 carries. Jerry, I think 12 carries for 185 yards and 3 scores in the first half of this one.
It was a pretty good day at the office. And it's not done yet.
Pretty good day at the office for most kids. It's still second quarter with about halfway through the second quarter. So ball from their own 40-yard line, 7:33 to go in the half. Both teams talking it over here. I feel like we got like the TV timeout going on as both teams talking it over midway through the second quarter after the change of possession. And if you're the Cats, the one thing, I talked about in the pregame before you got here is teeter-totter. You want to go more balance, and that you can still be run heavy but have a balance, and I feel that a little bit more tonight. You have 5 carries from Pesic tonight with the 12 carries from Jace, and you also have 3 passes in the game. So, it's not just been Jace. He's got about 50% of the load, but they've mixed it up a little bit more in this first.
Well, sure, and is what you're doing is as you move on to, different teams who have a different game plan to shut Jace down, you're going to have something else to go to. And they're now figuring out how to play off of that to where you can still use him in key situations, even if somebody's shut him down at one point in time.
So they're going to fake the handoff to Reynolds. They're going to roll out. Riley's still rolling. He's going to have to throw it, and does. Got it. Completion. First down and then some, all the way down to the 45-yard line.
That was a tough pass.
Kennedy Atkinson with the reception for 15 yards. And there was so much to like on that one.
Yeah.
The rollout on the money with the rollout, and
Throwing
then
back across the body.
And then the broken tackle by Atkinson to put it into Pleasant Hill territory for a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down.
Seeing that in that traffic is tough as well.
So here we go on first down, and they're going to go misdirection for Pesic, and Pesic's got a big chunk inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it. It will be marked at the 38. So an 8-yard gain, going to bring up second down and 2, so 8 from Pesic, and the Cats continue to move the ball.
This is the not Jace package that they got going on right here for a couple plays.
So we're doing makeshift stats here tonight. You know, we have Gary, who is so meticulous with his stats. I got a sheet. I'm writing things down. Jerry's writing things down. We're trying to do as best we can, and if we do too good, there's a read to Reynolds, and there's a couple of flags come in there late. Now, could be maybe a face mask. I'm not sure because that one came in right at Reynolds. But there's like 3 on the field, so it might be offsetting here.
I think the back judge may have actually thrown it at Reynolds and hit him with it.
So personal foul, face mask. Okay, so it will be a 3-yard run and then tack on 15 more. So Reynolds took the high snap and got the first down, and then they add on 15 on the face mask. That is a Troby Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, Cats now have it in the red zone down to the 19-yard line. Reynolds and Riley in the backfield. Atkinson flanked off the right end. They're going to go Reynolds. Reynolds cut back inside the 20. He's going to get to the 18-yard line. Just pick up a couple of hard yards.
You know, and when you see him bouncing around like that, he sees the field pretty well. So when he's bouncing like that, you're pretty much know that there's not any daylight that he's running to, not much of a window, and he's going to lower that shoulder and drive as long as he can and still get some yardage for himself.
I'm glad we got people at home listening. They're like, get that microphone closer to Travis. Turn him up a little bit. I'm just a loudmouth, too, so that probably doesn't help. So he's going to bring up second down and about 8. And here we go for the Cats in the red zone, and this time they're going to hand off for Reynolds again. And Reynolds, the ball on the turf, and Reynolds is going to fumble it away.
He saw it pop straight out as well. The guy didn't even make any contact with him. He grabbed straight to the ball, and it shot straight to the turf.
So the fumble to Pleasant Hill with 5:27 to go in the half. Pleasant Hill a chance to get kind of back in this ball game, trailing by 18 here, get a touchdown.
You hate to see anything like that happen, but what's nice is you're going to see how you respond to a little bit of adversity. You had your long 3rd and 17 that happened a little bit on where you go ahead and pop out and get that in a first down situation. Now you get to see how they react to this.
Law of averages always can even out in a football game, and that
For
one,
sure.
The fumble, and it'll be a 2 wide receiver set to the left, to the right. Keeler in the backfield. They're going to go in motion with Red Wine, and he's going to take off, and they're going to throw it out in the flats for Hicks to the 25 and up to about the 27. So Hicks with the 8-yard up to the 28. That's a 10-yard gain.
Well, I tell you what, they kind of Cats sat back a little bit on that one. Not a whole lot of pressure. I think they're saying with these last 5 minutes of the half, let's do that bend, don't break. Not really going after it to create, a ton of turnover potential right now. It's play them all the way down the field with that drive.
So
got in there quick on that.
Gray, back to Gray they go. Going to get about a yard. So Campbell on the tackle. Second down and long for Pleasant Hill from their own 29. 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
You would think you would see them stay to the air a little bit after first two going to be, passes that they capitalized on pretty well.
So 3 wide receivers, 2 your left, 1 to your right. Can't show blitz off the end for Colin Carruthers. Carruthers tries to get in there, flushes him out of the pocket. Down the field he goes to Redwine to the 50, and the ball goes on the turf and out of bounds. Michael tried to save it from going out of bounds, and
is it even a catch? Okay, he did call it a catch.
So was a first down inside the 50 to the 44. So a big chunk of yardage right there. A 25 on that one.
Pretty good athletic movement going ahead and bouncing to the outside. Your blitzer over here on the near side's got to keep that contained. Make him step up into the pocket where you got a little bit of help.
So 3 wide receivers, left side, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. Under center goes Keeler, and he hands off for Gray, and Gray's going to get about 2. And Trevor Campbell puts the helmet right on him after a 2-yard gain.
Ooh, healthy spot.
So that'll put Pleasant Hill down just inside the 42-yard line. Getting a good drive together here with 4:15 to go in the half. Cats like to get a stop here in the ball back, maybe put some points on the board before half because you get the ball back at half. So
yep.
A lot can happen here in the last 4 minutes of this half. 3 wide receivers, left side, 1 to the right. Keeler looking to pass. He's going to roll out to that side. He's got Redwine close to a first down and then is taken down. We'll see where they mark him. Looked like he had it all the way up to the 35. They're going to mark him just short of the 35 at about the 36. So they'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Another good athletic movement going. Throwing on the run. He was met with a little bit of contact there and nice little drag 6 yards back, but forward progress will go ahead and keep you up at a pretty manageable 3rd.
So Pleasant Hill running some clock here down to 3:20 as they get to play from the sideline. Keeler in the pistol, 3 wide receivers near side this time. As they flip-flop sides, they're going to hand off for Gray. Gray goes nowhere. Cats hammer him at the line of scrimmage, brings up a 4th down and 2. Trevor Campbell, again, initial contact. Of course, Vance there as well. And it brings up 4th down and 2.
He did not look like he wanted that ball when he took the handoff.
And the Cats have put some wood on Gray into this one. And it'll bring up 4th and 2 here with 2:45 and counting in the first half. Cats still have all 3 of their timeouts.
The big boys up front have really been firing off. You're meeting some wood when you hit against that. And if they wrap up, you're not going very far. And they have some pretty good guys that are running to have, multiples, your 2nd and 3rd hits or wherever the the pain goes ahead and comes in.
So they have done a good job of limiting the rushes. It's been the pass that has bit them. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 2:25 to go in the half. Cats lead 25-7. Big 4th down coming up when we come back.
No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
Welcome back. 4th and 2 coming up. A lot of different looks Pleasant Hill could come out of with this, and we'll see what kind of look they come out. 4th and 2, you'd like to smash it forward. However, the Cats on those short yardages have been all over that. So this is where you maybe look misdirection on a counter. You haven't really seen that from them. Or maybe you go sweep with a Redwine, something around those, what you might want to do here in this situation just to catch the Cats on their heels a little bit and not just trying to pin their ears back and go right after a ball carrier up the middle.
I think you're right. You may see a little bit of misdirection. My my choice would be probably a little bit of a screen, because not only are you going to catch them as they're coming after you, coming downhill, because if they do run something up the middle, you're going to want somebody coming up through there. So they're going to have that pressure up the middle in case that is the way that they go, just bread and butter. But you have a potential with the screen to go ahead and help you in the future
and
as well.
You remember those 3 sideline routes they ran earlier, and then the guy out of the backfield as well. You may see something
Dangerous
like that
flood.
again coming this way. So 4th down and 2 coming up. Wide receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Keeler stands at the 40 and gets the snap, and he rolls that way. And they're going to throw it out in the flats. Incomplete. Intended for DeMarco, but it was Sean Carruthers on the good coverage there, and the Cats will take over with 2:20 to go from their own 36. And now this is where you're dangerous territory for Pleasant Hill right here, because you're down by 18. You don't want to let them score with not very much time on the clock, and they get the ball back at halftime. That can make this go from an 18 to a 30-plus point cushion real quickly.
It's dangerous when you can turn over those possessions pretty quickly as far as getting the ball back after half, and especially as explosive as the offense has been going right now.
Reynolds, and they're going to hand to Reynolds, and Reynolds goes right up the middle. Just had that one arm to beat, but able to get 5 up to the 41, almost 42. So a 5-yard gain for Reynolds with 2 minutes to go here in the half. Cats still have all 3 of their timeouts as well. So Atkinson talking to Reynolds before the snap, and now they're going to go Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to have a first down, but it's going to come back.
Backside, yeah.
So there'll be a hold. He points right. That was kind of funny. He was like, who, me? I believe that's going to be on Garlock there. So that'll come back after the first down. So instead of 2nd and 5, it'll be 2nd and 15.
Man, anytime you do those direct snaps or you have a running quarterback or anything like that, you have an extra blocker, you have an extra gap. It is just a nightmare for defenses to figure out where you're going to fit off of that. If somebody doesn't just completely blow their assignment, you have basically a 2-on-1 go no matter where you end up. It's an advantage that's been working out so far.
It is very well. 2 wide receivers out to the far side. It's Johnson and Atkinson. Again, shotgun with Reynolds and Riley in the backfield. So on a 2nd down and 15 for the Cats, 1:46 to go here in the half. Clock will roll. And the Cats look to pass, and River Riley rolls out that way and then throws it on the sidelines, incomplete. Try to get it over to.
Uh-oh. That was a little shake and bake. He just kind of twists his hips there to get rid of that. It was something afterwards. I don't know if it was chatter. I don't know if it was a hit, or if it was some kind of intentional grounding by it not being to the line of scrimmage. It looked like it got to the line of scrimmage. I didn't see who was in the area.
It is intentional grounding. So a loss of down. So 3rd and about Lake Winnebago now for the Cats, going the other way. So 3rd and long for the Cats.
It's a good thing you know your landmarks when penalties start hitting.
That's been one of my goofy things I've always done over the years, is for some reason I know some random towns around. And so 3rd down, and we're going to call it about 28 for the Cats. That's where you go with a draw to Reynolds here. Nope, they're going to go pass, and they're going to throw it into the flats for Reynolds. So give him some space, and there's a hole on your side, and it's going to come farther back.
So what's the next destination?
Well, if we're going past Lake Winnebago, it's going to be like Raintree, or we're going to get close to Grandview before long.
Holding on the Wildcats is the indication.
So 3rd down and forever turns into 3rd and way, way even more here. And they are going to decline it.
Decline it. That's smart.
So it'll be 4th down.
I don't
So
know where the marker is
completion.
going. Oh,
well, it was the completion.
He had already marked it off. Got it.
So about an 8-yard completion to Reynolds out of the backfield. All righty. So Cats are going to punt it away. Tiemann stands at about his own 15 with 1:27 to go. First bad series for the Cats right there. Short punt. Going to take a Cat roll, and it'll roll dead about their own 47 with 1:19 to go in the half. So 25-7 Cats lead, but Pleasant Hill a chance to make this possibly a 10-point game by the half if they can get a touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Yeah, but I think the Cats are pretty used to playing in this particular part of the field with their onside kicks and where kind of turnovers have happened.
So it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Pleasant Hill from their own 47. Keeler coming out to the field. He's going to have Gray behind him in the backfield. 3 wide receivers set right side, 1 to the left. From their own 47 with 1:19 to go here in the half. So snap, Cats trying to sneak through there, and they're going to go over the middle. They're going to have the completion to Hicks. He's going to have it down to the 40-yard line. So a 13-yard gain.
The opportunities for hits like that across the middle aren't near what they used to be with the helmet-to-helmet contact and things like that. But when you have a ball just hanging across the middle and you're a safety flying up to cut somebody in half, that's a shot that you'd really like to see develop in front of you.
It looks like Colin Carruthers coming off gingerly over on the far side. He has struggled foot and ankle injuries the first couple of weeks of the season and still out there fighting, giving a go. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. So pistol formation again. Gray behind Keeler. And they're going to fake to Keeler, and then he's going to throw. And good recovery by Hicks as Keeler had to get rid of it, and Hicks did a great job coming back to that ball. The defender, if the defender would have saw that, they could have maybe came back and maybe got an interception there, but instead.
And he just took that off of his back left shoulder. I mean, he almost sat right into it. And a heck of a job getting rid of the ball. He had D. Lyman hanging all over his other shoulder.
Esco was in there on the pressure. So 2nd and 10 coming up now. And Cats again showing pressure. Vance this time. They're going to throw it down the sideline. And again, Hicks with the completion. Atkinson went rolling out of bounds. Took out one of the ball boys on the near side here.
Needs to work on his jump rope.
Hey, you know what? He popped right back up. He was like, hey, I can take a hit. I'm ready. Put me in, coach. Ball down to the 29 now.
I think he's
for
got
Pleasant
a couple
Hill.
more years.
He does. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Keeler again in that pistol with Gray behind him. And the Cats showing pressure. Deep ball up and incomplete. Looked like good coverage there, but they're going to call the flag on that one, and so that'll be a 1st down.
Jump ball. You never know what you're going to get with something going up like that. It was a nice thrown ball, and actually had a little bit of recovery. Getting there to even be able to have a chance to break that up.
So that'll bring it down to the 15-yard line. So that'll put Pleasant Hill in the red zone with 49.5 seconds to go. So 25-7 the score. Cats in front. Pleasant Hill trying to make this an 11 or 10-point game before the half here. Cats trying to hold, serve, and get the ball back at the half. So wait till they roll it off here.
It looks like they do still have one more timeout.
So that'll be a 1st down to the 15-yard line. And they like to overload a side. They go trips to the left side this time. 1 wide receiver right side. Gray behind Keeler. 49.5 seconds to go. And Vance coming in. Oh, an overthrow it. Ball in the air. Carson Miller got to be able to see that when it pops up like that. He was right there if he would have just known where the ball went. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And Jerry had saw that one off the end there. Vance coming untouched off the end, made Keeler have to get rid of it quickly.
Yeah, Atkinson was about the only one who had a chance at it with how quick it got away, and he had maybe the only one who could get that high as well.
Absolutely. That kid, he can jump with the best of them. 3 wide receivers again, flanked out left side. Cats backside pressure this time from the Cats. Vance flushing Keeler out of the pocket, and he's going to run out of bounds on the far side. He's going to take about a 10-yard sack there as Vance was chasing along with Cale Weber. So Weber and Vance chase him out of bounds. The 9-yard loss brings up 3rd and 19 back to the 24-yard line with 39.7 to go.
A little bit tougher to make those decisions when you're running for your life.
And I do like the fact, though, that he knew he's like, okay, I can't just try to spin around, waste time. You didn't want to turn over there, and he was able to just get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Good. He has made a couple really good, quick game time situation decisions that have worked out.
So pistol again, they're going to go the other way, and through the hands of Redwine. Coverage by Sean Carruthers. Called his name a lot tonight. He's done a good job in coverage.
Coverage was solid. He snuck that right through, and if he hangs on to that, it becomes a great play.
Sean going to be mad at himself after this game, too. He had a couple of just missed interceptions. He's going to bring up 4th down with 35 seconds to go, 4th and 19, and the Roosters call a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Cats up, trying to hold on 4th down.
Something that good teams always possess is the fact they got each other's back. Schroeder Chiropractor in Harrisonville has your back. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, you will feel right at home. And they have a warm, family-friendly waiting area. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in the Bright Futures and Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
Welcome back. 4th and 19 coming up for the Roosters from the Wildcat 24-yard line here. Trying to get a first down, maybe a touchdown here on 4th down with 35.8 seconds to go.
It's not much difference from the first down to
the touchdown here.
For sure.
And look for Hicks or Redwine. That is who Keeler has gone to on his passes most of the time. And I say that, and he goes the opposite way this time. Into the end zone for 6. No, incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it.
I thought he had. Whoa.
Got him by the little bit of the element by surprise going away from him. Dropped over the shoulder.
I would love to see that one. That was Keeler on the. So we got Keeler and Kohler. We got too many K names up there, and I just missed it. But, God, I thought he was in on that one. But instead, the Cats will take over from the 24.
It was dropping it, not his feet. Yep.
So ball from their own 24 with 30 seconds to go if you're the Cats. You always got that big playability of Reynolds. See what the Cats do if they can just a couple of handoffs and see if they can get some yardage from Jace. He's going to barrel forward for about 2. So it'll whistle in a timeout, I believe. And that is timeout Harrisonville. So we got a timeout. We will take a timeout as well with 22.7. Back to finish it off after this.
Suzy Q's, where the portion size is so big you're sure to leave full. Go get the signature Suzy Q's. You know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, add a tenderloin that needs 5 buns to cover it up. Don't forget to add a shake to make the experience complete. So next time you think, man, I wish we had an old drive-in, there's one 5 minutes away. Just take I-49 to Peculiar, and you'll be right there.
2nd down, 8 to go here before the half. See what the Cats do here. Couple of yards from Reynolds. Almost 3 yards he got on that one. Gave him 2, but I said 2, so 2.5, 3.
Must have been 2.
Shotgun formation, River Eiley. Has Jace Reynolds next to him. Flanked off the right end is Kennedy Atkinson. two backs in the backfield for that extra protection for the Cats. And they're going to direct snap to Reynolds. And Reynolds finds the lane. Going to have a first down and a timeout. See where they mark it. So they give him 7 on that one and another timeout. We'll just leave it here with you on this timeout. See if we can roll down some scores. Bentonville, Arkansas leading Rockers 14-10 at the half. 21-6 Carrollton over Lone Jack. Oak Grove over Center 8-6 at the half. Maryville up 20-7 on Chillicothe at halftime. Crestridge up 34-7. Clinton and Forsyth, no score reported from that game. Platte County all over Grandview 35-0. Grain Valley up 28-14 over Park Hill South. Hogan Prep and Summit Christian Academy, it's 21-0 at the half. That game is actually being played in Harrisonville tonight.
Oh.
And when we talked about that a little bit ago, again, Jackson County has limited numbers of teams or participants that can go to the game or fans,
right.
So they're playing that one in Harrisonville. So 1st and 10 for the Cats. All kinds of bodies back there, and Reynolds is going to get into the secondary, another first down, and he goes down after about 14 up to about the 48. Going to call another timeout. Almost broke another one there.
That's exactly what you're talking about, big play potential.
So they give him 13 on that run, and the Cats use their third and final timeout of the half with 10.8 seconds to go, I believe. That puts Reynolds over the 200-yard mark, or hit that one before it might have. So 217 for Jace Reynolds tonight in the first half of this one on 18 carries. So 10.8 seconds to go.
You know what I do like about using your timeouts? They've moved the ball 30 yards in 20 seconds of play clock. Using their timeouts and things like that is what it does is it keeps the other team honest. They're going to make them play every second of every game. And to let them know that it's not something that we can just – you can't let your guard down. We're not just going to kneel it. We're not going to walk off the field to halftime. We're going to make you earn it.
Well, and what you do, you put something on tape and you show 3 or 4 direct snaps to Jace Reynolds to run out the clock before the half. You catch a team sleeping before the half. They're like, well, they're just going to run it to Reynolds. And then that's when you can catch them deep with Atkinson getting behind the line of script or getting behind everybody or something of that nature. So
absolutely.
10 seconds to go here in the half. Shotgun formation. Atkinson near side here. They're going to go in motion. They're going to go direct snap to Reynolds. And Reynolds into the secondary to the 40, to the 30, to the end zone he goes. Jace Reynolds with 2 seconds to go for 52 yards.
So there's the big play potential.
That touchdown run was just for my wife's enjoyment there because she was texting me, giving me a hard time a little bit ago. So that is his 4th touchdown of the night. This one 52-yard variety on his 19th carry. And Jace Reynolds, coming into this game tonight, owns 4 of the top 10 rushing performances in school history. And he's going to add a 5th out of 10 tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he's already well over his average as we talk about being in the first half.
And that one goes nowhere, makes it 31-7. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back after this.
And you will see why. With a wide selection to choose from, they will get you set up. Home protection, hunting, or recreational, it doesn't matter. Cass County Guns and Ammo has you covered. Don't forget to bring the husband, and they can take care of him as well. Located in the strip mall by 291.
Welcome back. 2 seconds to go here in the half. That touchdown was brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. That missed extra point was off target. If you need some target practice, go see our friends at Cass County Guns and Ammo, and they can get you on target. All right, we await the kickoff here. And I do not see Atkinson out there, so Tiemann may be just booting. Oh, no, I see Kennedy. They're over there. They're hiding. So see if they're going to
may squib this.
And they are going to kick this one deep. Going to be taken by Red Wine at about the 20 to the 25 to the 30. That'll end the half up to the 40-yard line. And that will take us to halftime as the Cats lead it 31-7. 4 first half touchdowns from Jace Reynolds. And that's the difference in this ball game so far. And again, you thought maybe they're just trying to run out the clock. They got a couple of first downs, called some timeouts, and then boom, 52 yards, Jace Reynolds makes you pay.
The two plays right before that could have easily broke for the exact same thing. It ended up being just shy.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back with our halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q after this. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town who can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call on CPSK Insurance, an auto owners affiliate, and talk to one of their local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. Located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville to Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com and let the local agents go to work for you.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You have many choices when you buy a used car. What do you want? A good deal? A quality vehicle? Outstanding service? At Holland's Auto Sales, you don't have to sacrifice for one of the others. You get all three. The best part is Steve will be there for you because Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's used car dealer for 36 years. So the next time you're in the market for a used car,
go where the Grammars go, Holland Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
Sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family-owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who Fortis trusts to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Labor Day sales event is going on now at Max Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Belton and Max Ford Harrisonville. Buy any new or pre-owned vehicle and receive holiday cash back up to $1,000 in your pocket plus no payments until 2021. Hurry in while selection is best. Over 1,500 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Remember, going on right now up to $1,000 holiday cash back plus no payments until 2021.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer.
MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Welcome back. Time for your halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q Drive-In. There's nothing half about their portion size. Go grab a basket of Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today. 31-7. Cats on top at halftime. And no, it is no way, shape, or form the way you would have thought they would have got the 31 points, as they have struggled on the extra points tonight. as they were good the last couple of weeks on their two-point conversion tries. Tonight, not so much. It has been a struggle on that, but that would probably be, I would say, the one downfall for the Cats tonight was those two-point conversion and extra point attempts. Your score at the half, 31-7, Cats lead in this one. And I'll be real honest, I mean, we talk about it each and every week, and sometimes people probably think you're just keep beating the proverbial drum about a kid. Jace Reynolds has been amazing again tonight. 19 carries for 269 yards and 4 scores. And what's incredible about that is the fact that you know who's going to run it. You know where he's going to run it. And he just makes you miss. And he's done it again tonight. I will say what I've liked from the Wildcats tonight, though, is they have spread it around and got more players involved. Yes, he's got those 19 carries, but if you look at Pesic, he's got 6 carries. They've had 6 pass attempts for 4 completions, and they're just doing a good job of doing more with the football and giving more players the ball, and that's just going to open Jace up even more down the stretch. So we talked about it a little bit. I touched on it a little bit right before we went to half. He has 4 of the top 10 single-season rushing games in school history, and he's going to add a 5th tonight, being over 260-plus yards. And the incredible thing about it is the kid is a workhorse, and he's so intelligent as well back there. His touchdown runs were 43, 33, 81, and 52 yards tonight. We just thought they were going to try to run out the clock, and I told Travis, I said, you know, Jace is one of those kids that at any given time he can break it, and his vision is so good getting to the line of scrimmage. He saw – they probably called that last run because he saw something on the defensive side and said, hey, I think I can score here because they're leaving this gap open, and boom, 52 yards. And when you get him into the secondary, he's outrunning you. I mean, he just that quick. And, I mean, that shows you with his breakaway speed. 4 touchdowns, and all of them over 30 yards in this ball game. So Jace Reynolds has been the story tonight, but Pesic has 6 carries for over 30 yards in the ball game. I like to see that because he's a good change of pace back. And Jace can be one of those kids that, you know, he can pound you, but he can also beat you with his speed. Pesic, he's going to run you over, and then he's going to turn around and try to knock you over again and keep barreling forward. That's one of the things that Pesic does as a running back. I'd like to see Ward get a little bit more involved. He was pretty involved in game 1. They had some good misdirections his way, good speed back. I'd like to see more of him in the second half and mix some stuff up. And if you get a score early or a couple of scores, hey, Shut down the thoroughbred, put him over there on the sideline and let him get some rest and get some of these other guys involved in the offense. So we'll see what happens. We got about 13, 14 minutes before we get to second half action. It is your halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more on your halftime show after this. You're watching high school football on 4Ts, streaming on YouTube and 4Ts.com.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that 4T's Broadcasting is always the best dressed crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
When it comes to fast service and reasonable prices, Young's Auto Repair is the place. Whether it is a standard oil change, new brakes, or something major, William and Michelle with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you are back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pocket. Don't break the bank when it comes to your vehicle needs. Instead, come to the shop that keeps the cost in check and you rolling back down the highways. Young's Auto Repair, right across the street from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial.
When you plan a party, the last thing you want to do is worry about cooking and cleaning up that mess. Call the experts at Time for Seasoning Catering. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant menu for your celebration. Take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu that they'll be talking about for weeks. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME for seasoning.com to get her booked today.
No matter the day of the week, there's always something cooking at Forged by Fire. Taco Tuesdays, Wildcat games on Friday nights, or another day in between. Forged by Fire is the stop. Daily specials and a large menu means you will find something for everyone. Burgers, steak, sandwiches, and more sides than anyone. You will leave full and satisfied. Forged by Fire is also Wildcat Central on Friday nights as they broadcast the football games on the big screen. Forged by Fire on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Welcome back to halftime. It's the Suzy Q halftime show, and the Wildcats lead at 31-7 at the half of this one. And the Cats, it was the Jace Reynolds show in the first half, but everybody else kind of contributed as well. He just broke off some big runs when they needed them. It is time for a Spirit Spot brought to you by Craze Boutique and at Artisans Corner and Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square. Emily Sullivan is the varsity assistant captain this season. Emily has cheered for 3 years at HHS. One of her favorite memories is the laughs on bus rides home from football games. Emily's future plans include attending Missouri Southern State University in Joplin to get her bachelor's in nursing. That is assistant varsity captain Emily Sullivan. Brought to you by Craze Boutique at Artisans Corner in Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square. I want to give you a quick update. We didn't get to that last week at halftime as we had that 30-plus minute power outage. We were so worried trying to get back on the air, so you did not get to hear a Spirit Spotlight last week. That was why, was because we went off the air for so long there at halftime, but glad we were able to get a shout-out for Emily Sullivan tonight. And at the half, it is 31-7. Cats lead in this one. We will take a second here. Let's look over some scores for you, see if any scores have updated. A lot of games at the half right now. We'll run down some of them that may be of note. 21-6, Carrollton over Lone Jack Center now is down 15-6 over Oak Grove. Oak Grove starting to put together a pretty good early season resume. They could be tough in the MRVC West Conference. Forsyth up 28-7 over Clinton at halftime of that one. Richmond and Fulton play tomorrow, and I don't know if you heard me earlier in the game. We were talking about COVID and teams that have had to quarantine and different things that have happened. Richmond's been quarantined the last 2 weeks. They're playing tomorrow at 1 o'clock without 2 weeks of practice, which could get really interesting. Richmond's got a really good football team, though, but one of those crazy things that'll be interesting to see in that one. Grain Valley up 28-14 over Park Hill South. Grandview is down 35-6 to Platte County. Of course, your score here is 31-7. Christian Academy is up 21-0 down at Harrisonville playing Hogan Prep. Jackson County enacted a 100-person attendance law, and Blue Springs actually took it to court and said that we should be able to, if the Chiefs can have 22% capacity, we can have 4,000 or 5,000 in our stands. Normally, why can't we have 22% capacity? The judge said no this afternoon, so I think you're going to probably see a little bit more of that as these schools. We saw it a couple of weeks ago when Raytown and Raytown South they went up and played at Staley because I'll turn Travis back on. He was gone for a second, but they went up to Staley to play so more fans could be at that game. So these schools, you might start seeing some schools have these games just because Jackson County is not allowing that many fans, and they want their parents and everybody to be able to watch them.
Yeah, and that is weird going outside the county to where you can have just a little bit of different rules to where you can have people who want to come see it in person, people who want to come support. You love having the atmosphere and being at the games, and really you're almost getting forced a little bit more if you don't have someone that you're trying to go be in sight and try to support that way, for them to have a little bit of even motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see how that continues on down the line with COVID and the different restrictions in different areas. Smithville down 10-7 at the half to Kearney. Adrian up 27-8 at third quarter. Theirs over Knob Noster. Looking down some more scores. Lee Summit West up 26-6 over Lee Summit. Lee Summit North and Liberty 2-0 teams in Class 6 at 21-21, the score in that ball game. So a lot of games still going on. I'm not sure about the Moberly Excelsior Springs. It looks like Excelsior Springs going to do the same thing. They're going to play tomorrow. They've been quarantined for 2 weeks as well. So their game is scheduled for the 12th. Going on down the list, North Kansas City down 16-7 to Fort Osage. Odessa over Marshall, 35-0 to start the fourth quarter of that ball game. Just looking down some more. Park Hill Blue Springs South up 17-14 over Park Hill. Ray Peck up 20-17 on Liberty North. Liberty North has only played once this year. They're 0-1. Ray Peck is 2-0. And they're trying to move to 3-0. Raytown all over Chrisman, 41-0 in that ball game. High-scoring affair. Winnetonka up 53-24 over Raytown South. And we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back. It is about 4 minutes to go before we get to the half. The Cats lead at 31-7 on your Suzy Q halftime show.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Bradley Sainer can help you understand your options so you can be prepared for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Farmers agent Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matters most to you. That's Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your car serviced. They will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
How nice would it be to get a check from someone and not have to worry about getting to the bank to put it in your account? At Hawthorne Bank, you can do exactly that. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and voila, the check has been deposited into your account. Not to mention, you can always manage your accounts and payments right in the app as well. Hawthorne Bank prides itself on being at the forefront of technology to always make your banking a breeze. Hawthorne Bank, next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Oh, yeah, you were crunching it.
The Second Amendment is alive and well in Harrisonville. Just walk into Cass County Guns and Ammo and you will see why. With a wide selection to choose from, they will get you set up. Home protection, hunting, or recreational, it doesn't matter. Cass County Guns and Ammo has you covered. Don't forget to bring the husband, and they can take care of him as well. Located in the strip mall by 291.
We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness. Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget, and friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue Building.
Red Barn Ranch is opening next Saturday. You know the weather was getting cool. That means it's pumpkin patch season, and with COVID, some pumpkin patches are not opening. Red Barn Ranch will be opening, and guess what? They've got all kinds of new things. Every year, Matt never ceases to amaze me when he comes up with some new things out there at the Red Barn Ranch. New for 2020, they're going to have the Family Center Farm and Home Animal Barn with a goat balcony. They're going to have Grandpa's Slinger, a hayride through the field, and a slingshot that shoots fake poo. Yes, fake poo projectiles at targets. We got the Mo Brothers burgers and more concession, and adult beverages will be available. So any adult wanting to take their kids out there, they will have stuff for the adults too. You know, kids get drinks out there, so the adults are going to get drinks as well. And also, there's going to be 3 themed festivals out there this fall with food, craft vendors, and live music. On opening day, pumpkins and paws for the animals. There are a whole bunch of animal people out there vendor-wise. And then on the 10th, it'll be Booze and Blooms, which will be for the next bloom of sunflowers. And then on the 31st, it is Halloween night, the Red Barn Bash. So the Wildcats lead at 31-7. All the Wildcats will be headed out to Red Barn Ranch starting next week. And you might see some Wildcats that you're familiar with on these broadcasts out there working as well. I know Trevor Campbell's worked out there for Matt in the past. I think Jace Reynolds might be working out there for him as well. So they will have everything you need out at the Red Barn Ranch this weekend, following weekend. Not this tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, if I could spit it out of my mouth. So we got about 2 minutes before we get to the second half. I want to thank you again for joining us for the halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q. We'll take a time out. We'll be back with our second half kickoff right after this.
Whether it's a small job to patch your lawn or commercial installation, Heltz Turf Farm can do it all. From the Loves and Quick Trip to the Lady Wildcat softball field, Heltz will have you seeing green with their fescue and bluegrass sod. Sean and Michelle also love to support Harrisonville schools, the Wildcats. Give Heltz a call today at 816-540-2020.
Inside the train testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests. We drop them, slam them against a wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. We test so it runs.
On Heating and Cooling is your local train dealer. They've been serving Harrisonville and the surrounding communities for over 50 years. If you need service, repair, or replacement of your heat pump, furnace, air conditioner, or indoor air quality equipment, give Hahn a call at 816-380-5659, just like the Wildcats.
It's hard to stop a train.
A strong lineup is always important no matter the sport. The same should go for your insurance company as well. At Stafford & Stafford Insurance, your auto, commercial, life, health, farm, and crop insurance is all under one roof. With a lineup like that, they are sure to have your team covered. Call the team that will line up with the best of them. Stafford & Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville, located on Commercial Street across from Holland's Auto Sale.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back. We start the second half. Cats are going to get the ball after finishing the first half with a 52-yard Jace Reynolds touchdown. They get it back after the half. Kind of like the NBA, they like to call it a 2-for-1. The Cats got the 2-for-1 special at the end of the first half.
Yes, and that's what I'm telling you. Whenever you're adding those possessions in a somewhat tighter ball game, that's going to be something that helps out for sure.
Michael going to get it from his own 10 to the 15 to the 20. He's got a lane to the 25, 30, and up to the 34 where he's finally tripped up and taken down. That was Stidham with the tackle. That'll be the ball at the 34-yard line for the Cats to start this possession. So see what the Cats have up their sleeve for the second half.
Needed to have that leg pull through. He was hitting that hole hard, and they pulled up on a leg that didn't let him go ahead and break through.
So Atkinson going to be flanked out. See if maybe they go back to that same play they had at the end of the first or the beginning of the game. No, they're going to go Reynolds.
Oh.
And Reynolds,
well,
he is going to take off. He's going to get to pay dirt to the 5, to the house. Jace Reynolds, 66 yards to the end zone he goes. That was like almost anticlimactic right there.
He, wow, patient, finds daylight, hits it, and there's no one to get him at that point.
So that puts him well over 300 yards on the ball game. Jerry's going to add to the totals. He'll let us know here. 335 on the night. So Jace is approaching his school record 358-yard performance.
Not that I was a running back by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd go for 335 in a season and be all right with it.
Kick is up, and the extra point is good. It was on target, and that on-target extra point brought to you by our good friends at Cass County Guns and Ammo. The touchdown brought to you by our friends at Young's Auto. We'll be right back. Cats lead 38-7.
A community always needs a group to help promote the small businesses in its town. Harrisonville Chamber of Commerce does this for Harrisonville. Chamber Golf Tournament, Log Cabin Festival, and monthly meetings. The Chamber events are plentiful and a great way for your business to be seen. Go to harrisonvillechamber.com or watch the weekly Chamber chat for more Chamber happenings.
Welcome back. Wildcats lead it now 38-7. Jace Reynolds just continues to amaze, takes the handoff, and it was just quiet right there, Travis, and we were kind of sitting there like, and he's off.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. It's basically the exact same thing. He's patient for about 3 steps. He sees a hole, he hits it, and then there's no one to, maybe he drags through 2 people before he goes ahead and breaks to, him himself and turf.
So another good run by Reynolds. And the Cats are up 38-7 with 11:44 to go in the half. Here comes the kickoff. It's like a turf monster came up and gets DeMarco there.
It absolutely did, because he had himself a little bit of a lane as well, and just couldn't keep himself on his feet.
So a 14-yard return on that one. And I was wanting to get into, if I can find this here. I like to give Brett Jones a hard time a lot of times, but one thing he rocks at, and that is keeping up with Harrisonville stats. Yes, and he just posted it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm trying to find that. Here we go, as we'll get into talking about that. Now, Keeler's got it. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. They're going to hand off, nowhere to go. Cats all over it. Wrap up. Red wine for a loss of about a yard. So Jace is at 335 unofficially. That would put him about 20 yards shy of his own school record of 352 that he got against Blue Valley Northwest last year. And you want to talk about a hard 352 yards? That was last year when he ran 50 whatever times in that game for the 352. The quarterback was hurt, and it was just like, we're going to give it to Jace. We're going to give it to Jace. Went to double overtime, and it was a workhorse effort. Tonight, a little bit different story. 20 carries for 335 yards, 5 touchdowns. And you can do the math on the yards per carry. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, not my strong suit, but I'll take your word for it on those averages being pretty hefty.
So 3rd down coming up now for Pleasant Hill. They're going to roll out. Keeler looking to throw, and he does. Overthrows his target, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Pressure brought by Vance. And it'll be 4th down, and Pleasant Hill going to have to punt with 10:30 to go here in.
I'd like to give him props on his pressure there, too. He definitely could have came through, gone ahead, and ran his feet all the way through a quarterback and got himself a penalty right there. Instead of it being 4th down, them, again, keeping those drives going by any kind of penalty is not the way you want to go, but it was nice to hold up on that.
So 4th down coming up. 16, almost 17 yards of carry for Reynolds tonight. Here goes the kick. High end over end kick, and the Cats are going to let it bounce inside the 30. It goes to the 25, down to the 20, and rolled dead at about the 19. So that's where the Cats will take over here. And 10:21 to go. Clock is running.
I was curious about that as well.
It's not a 35-point game. So
my math might be not so hot, but
31.
38 minus 7, I don't think it's 35.
31, unless they've changed that rule to 30, but it is rolling, or I'm not real sure on that. So 9:56 to go. Cats ball. Jace Reynolds working on a school record here, 335 yards with 5 touchdowns. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to go backwards a couple of yards there. He's going to actually lose about 4 yards. So that takes him back to a measly 331 yards on the night.
Oh, darn. I tell you what, though, you're going to start seeing a lot of that pressure. Harrisonville, with the lead that they have right here, is going to be keeping the ball on the ground, run the clock, and they're going to be able to bring pressure all up the middle. They should go back to a little bit of that misdirection, kind of keep them guessing, if you're not just going to keep giving the ball to Jason, say, here, go break your own record.
Oh, that was a bad snap, and Reynolds picks it up from the end zone and gets it back to the 5, to the 10. So high snap, picks it up, and it'll be a 8-yard loss. Jerry made a good point there. He goes, what if he would have took off and took that to the house right there? Nevertheless, it's 3rd down and long for the Wildcats. And I'm not real sure how – we lost 8, but I don't know how that one goes down because it was a high snap over the head. And, who was it going to go to? So was that a team rush or not on that one?
Yeah, that's a good question as far as how the stats go. But I tell you what, he picked it up 2 yards deep in the end zone. So being able to get back out to the 11-yard line definitely, stops the bleeding in that situation.
All right, up the middle they go, and I believe that was Reynolds. And he gets about 6 back on that one. So still about 335 yards on the night with 8:10 to go here in the 3rd. So Cats have had a couple of stinker drives. That was one. There was one in the first half as well. Obviously, you'll take those stinker drives when you're up 38-7.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you also see a little bit of maturity as they bounce back from those things, because you don't want to get into a real tight game, and now it just happens and happens again and happens more, and you dig yourself into a hole.
So a good roll on the punt right there. Going to end up being a 35-yard punt, no return, and Pleasant Hill will have it at about their own 48. I think I've said that before.
We might have been playing in this midfield quite a bit.
So here we go. 7:36 to go. Seeing the clock stop that time, so it's so odd why it was running earlier on the change of possession. So the viewer from Hungary, the country, not that they're hungry, from Hungary, the country tonight. That is awesome. So we have a timeout on the field here as both teams talk things over. I was going to send it to a commercial, but then it looks like they're getting ready to break the huddle. Wasn't ready for that one. Jerry's on it. He loves our sponsors just as much as I do. He was ready to thank some of our great sponsors. Talking about our sponsors, Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, Holland Auto Sales, Lacey Dominic with Shelter Insurance, Cameron Chenoweth with American Family, Young's Tire and Wheel Center, Max Ford of Harrisonville, Sherwood Community Bank, American Heritage Realtors, C-Squared Embroidery, Time for Season Catering, Forged by Fire, Cass County Gun and Ammo, Suzie Q Drive-In, Brad Sainer, Farmers Insurance, Show Me Auto Mall, Hawthorne Bank, Colby's Car Clinic, Health Turf Farm, Hahn Heating and Cooling, Stafford and Stafford Insurance, Quality Auto, Atkinson Funeral Home, Harrisonville Chamber, Royal Ones Photography, Salon 114, Sonic Drive-In, Red Barn Ranch, Shorter Chiropractic, and CPSK Insurance. Rolling out as Keeler goes back to the backside. That was a great play design. Just missed his guy right there. I like that backdoor screen.
So that right there was basically that play that right whenever they had that fourth earlier, that's what I was going to see, as we over pursue certain things, we're on it, and then you come right back out the back door. It was absolutely wide open. That may still be there, the rest of the game, and so they're going to have to kind of play towards that and hope they don't connect because that would have been big yardage.
7.5 to go third quarter. Passing and over the middle it goes.
Oh,
they're going to call Atkinson.
That's a pretty good play.
It was a good play, but what I know the Harrisonville side was booing that, but I know what happened. He put the hand on the back, then went over. They're going to call that each time.
Every time, yep. I mean, yes, it's the same as whenever in a basketball game, you get a nice hand on that ball, but you never know what's dragging on the jersey on the backside.
So that'll be a first down, and that's been the thing for the Cats. There's been a couple of times they've given up those penalties and given Pleasant Hill life on a drive. 7:27 to go here in the third. 38-7 your score.
Another situational thing. We're like, it's not too bad at this point in time when you got this kind of lead, but you don't want to do that in a tight game.
So they throw it out on the near side for Kohler. So Kohler with the catch from Keeler. And a good open field tackle by Sean Carruthers there. We've said his name a lot in the first half, and I didn't get a chance to talk much about him in the post-game show of the first game. He had a lot of good open field tackles. He takes his guy down. He doesn't miss on those open field tackles, and that's huge for a safety or a DB.
Yeah, in general, absolutely. Your corners and your safeties being able to come up and tackle is huge.
And there's going to be a flag on that one as well. I believe that'll be another penalty on the Cats for looked like they just kind of climbed up the back on that one, but I'm not sure.
I would say illegal man downfield if it wasn't any kind of design screen. So
okay, so you saw that one on the they threw it in a weird situation, but it also looked like our defender might have been on the back on the pass.
I wasn't sure if a flag was going to come out afterwards and kind of do a little offsetting, but those bang-bang plays, especially after you just got called for one coming over the top, you got to keep playing and being in position. Them being downfield helps us out in that situation.
Absolutely. So brings up a second down and about 8 now. They're going to go bunch formation to the near side here on the short side of the field. Again, this is a perfect time for one of those backdoor misdirections. Cats show a little bit of blitz here. They're going to bring heat, and Keeler, throws it over, throws his target. DeMarco brings up third down and 8. He throws, Keeler throws a good ball.
He's had a couple that have snuck through some really tight places, hit the hands of a receiver, but not a chest or not being able to hit right into two hands. It's pretty tough to bring down that one-handed, especially if you're not 6'4" with your wingspan and hands that can palm a basketball from the 6th grade. It's kind of tough at that point. Seeing that hauled in would be pretty cool, though.
So third down and long, 3 wide receiver set, right side, 1 to the left, pistol formation. Keeler got a man behind him in the backfield. He's going to pass, catch, show, blitz, picked off over the middle. Oh, and that was Michael with the interception, and he just picked that one right from it. And, we got an awesome message from his dad who cannot make it to all the games that he has to watch and listen sometimes. And you know what? He's getting to see a good performance tonight if he's not here in person, and he's getting to watch he just got to see a great play from his son. He's had a couple of good plays tonight as well on the defensive side of the ball. Cats ball from their own 25, still 6.5 minutes to go. It seems to me like third quarters for the Wildcats take an eternity. The third quarter against Maryville last week was an eternity as well. So 1st and 10 Cats from their own 25. And they're going to go direct snap to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and they are bottling him up. He's losing a couple of yards. Going to have to have one of those patented breakaways here if he wants to. He's going the wrong way right now. Still well over 300 yards, but has lost some yardage here.
Average still isn't bad either.
Yeah, he's still doing all right on that. I think it took him down about 14.5 maybe.
You know, going back to that interception, you're looking at basically having some pressure coming off the edge, making step up the position that he had and being able to take advantage of that, the position that he was in and actually make the play and capitalize on that is why we're going the other way. It was a heck of a play in good position.
So they're going to counter this time for Pesic, and Pesic does such a good job on that counter play. He's going to get 7, going to bring up a 3rd down and 5, so a 7-yard run by Pesic. And with 5:45 to go in the third, Cats have a 3rd down and 5 coming up.
You know, as much as they keep the ball on the ground, they you really have to see the compliment between the coaches showing these players how to see the field and them turning around and putting it to use. There are so many people who would try to bounce to the outside in that and run into 4, defenders as they're being pushed upfield. Being able to cut back in that spot and get 5-6 yards out of it is excellent.
And there's Reynolds, first down, and finds a hole and just keeps on churning. He's going to get about 9 out of that. It'll be 9 yards for Reynolds up to the 39-yard line, and that's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. I was in there this afternoon, Searline and the crew. Went in to get a glide for our drawer underneath our stove. It broke off, so I got one of those purchased, so now I got to wait for it to come through the mail.
And then get back to cooking.
There you go. Shotgun. And they're going to go up the middle again for Pesic, and Pesic fights his way for a yard before being pushed backwards.
Ooh, be careful, ankles down the bottom of that.
Ankles and heads right there is not sure who that was the last one to hit for, and that was Stidham. He slammed that head hard against the turf. Brings up 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard gain sorry, I had to giggle because I'm watching. Jerry's doing a great job of keeping stats tonight as Gary's gone, and he's drawing lines to where he needs to go to next, and I just gave a chuckle out of that. So 2 backs flanking Riley. They're going to hand off, and up the middle they go. Reynolds!
Well,
there's your school record and a touchdown. Jace Reynolds, his 6th touchdown of the night, 60-yard run. And it is 44-7. Holy moly. Jace Reynolds with another run.
Sidestep, 1 key block, daylight, gone.
Jerry has them unofficially for 404 yards on the night. So Jace Reynolds with a 60-yard touchdown run, 62? 60-yard touchdown run for Jace Reynolds.
Extra point is good.
6th touchdown of the night with 4:14 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here with you. That was a touchdown brought to you by the Touchdown Machine and Young's Auto Repair. The extra point was on target as well, brought to you by Gas County Guns and Ammo. He's got 6 TDs on the night. This is just incredible, folks. 44, 33, 81, 52, 66, and 60. Can I put him on my fantasy team? Wow, that'd be I got to do quick math. That'd be 64 fantasy points on the night. I'd take that.
That's all you need. Yeah, I don't even have an entire team. It's just Reynolds.
You know, and it's funny because Andrew's probably going, how did he figure up those points on the fantasy team? She had 4 players play last night and got 72 points, and she thought she was doing good. She got to sit one player get 64 points. Jace Reynolds is just, wow. I mean, you can't help but talk about. I mean, he's over 400 yards on the night. I wonder if – let me go glance at something here.
Going to go outside of school and kind of see what records lie?
Well, I mean, no, because there's some 8-man records and there's some 11-man records that are insane, like 700 yards in a game and stuff. So up the middle, they're going to go. And Redwine got out of the first tackle, and Michael there to pounce on him and knock him down. Unbelievable there. Still over 16 yards a carry for Reynolds. Wanted to click here and see. Jerry, I'm going to tell you right now, Jerry's doing an awesome job on stats because Preps KC has him at 29 carries for 401 yards and 6 TDs. Not a bad night. Not a bad season for some kids. Unbelievable.
No kidding.
So I don't know. I'm shutting down the train tonight. I'm gonna start working with some others probably after the 400-yard effort. Keeler goes up the middle on the handoff to, I believe that might have been Redwine. Didn't see who was back there with him. Actually, we got a Paris in there on the carry. So 2nd down and 11 coming up. 2 wide receivers to the near side here. Pistol formation. Keeler has Paris behind him in the backfield on 2nd and 11. Clock rolls with the Cats up 45-7. Down goes Paris. Back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down.
Number 8, Kennedy Atkinson on the tackle.
So here we go with 2:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Cats lead in this one. Waiting for the snap under 5 for Keeler here. 2 wide receivers right side. Cats going to bring the pressure, chase him out of the pocket, overthrow the target, and they're going to get Michael with, which that might have been an uncatchable ball.
Yeah,
but
I think it was. Should have had the uncatchable on that. But if him dragging him keeps him from getting 3 steps out there, I don't see it. But
be a 1st down.
They've slowed the pace way down as well. They're waiting to snap underneath under 5 seconds left on the play clock, and it was kind of the run and gun, get to the line, see if we can catch them off guard. Now it's, get yourself to a manageable point.
So that will move the chains up to the 42. Be a 1st and 10 for the Roosters. Waiting for the snap here. And they're going to throw it out in the flats. There's that bubble screen. But a good open field tackle by Michael out there. Saw it coming.
Get off of a block.
and Michael comes up limping a little bit. He goes back to the ground. So we'll have a timeout on the field. But you know who made that play back, give you about 12, 15 years ago, a little bit longer than that, right at the early 2000s? Gary Pinkel and Mizzou. They would run that bubble screen with Jeremy Macklin, and it gave teams fits, and that's just a good example of it. And I think he just got a cramp there as he went down pretty quick, and they're stretching him out. The way they're stretching him out looks like it might be a cramp. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 coming up.
And you're absolutely right when you talk about that bubble, but you can actually run it, you can run it inside and you can run it outside. You can turn it into a triple option when you run that read, basically, or speed option towards the guy who's running the bubble, and then you give yourself another option if if you're not handing that off, or a keeper as a quarterback, having a running quarterback. But you're not kidding. Quick hitters that you get athletes in space, and they can turn that into something, special.
So, again, shout out to Jerry for being so on target with these stats tonight, because he had 404, and on Max or on Preps KC they had 4:01, so crazy. So 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They're going to roll out, and Keeler looking to throw. He's going to throw it up and picked off over here by Kennedy Atkinson. He hauls it in from the 49, showing the ability to pull it in, get a foot down, and the Cats are going to take possession with 33.9 seconds to go here in the third.
It's so cool to see what kind of heads-up plays, understanding where you're at on the field, being able to pull that in, get feet down, and then obviously just the athleticism to even be able to get to that point and be able to haul it in. These guys are having fun.
Absolutely, and it's always fun, especially when you're playing your rival, to have fun and win the rivalry game.
For sure.
So that will end the quarter as that clock rolls. We'll go to the fourth. After this one, the Wildcats lead it 45-7. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town you can protect. So if you are looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate, and talk to one of your local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. Located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Milwaukee Mall, they can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. So call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online, cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you. Glad to have them on board as one of our great sponsors. And there's still room for sponsors on the Wildcat broadcast. We would love to gain some more sponsorships so we can start covering even more Wildcat events like softball and volleyball, along with soccer and others. And they're going to fake the handoff. They're going to go Ward, and Ward's going to get about 3. And that'll be it. Kept his feet churning. They're going to give him almost 4 on that one. So sometimes when you've had some fun with your new toy, your new car, you just got to put them back in the garage and let them rest. And I think that's what the Cats have done with Jace Reynolds. I think they took the keys to the car and put it in the garage because it looks like it's going to be Ward and Pesic back there.
Not a bad idea here for the fourth. Hey, yeah, not a bad idea in the fourth. Let him rest a little bit. There you go. I was waiting to see if the third option would ever go ahead and make its way.
River Riley, you know what I've really been with? We haven't seen him run a lot this year, but when he has run, in the past, River would roll out, and he did not want to run that ball downfield. This year, he's been able to tuck his head and go for that contact, and I like that. 3rd and 1 now coming up for River Riley.
Well, it gives him a second threat. Now they don't know whether to stay in coverage or to come get him, and he'll hurt you either way.
So it'll be a 3rd down, and a handoff goes to Pesic. He's going to get the 1st down and move those chains.
Joshua Pesic on the carry for the Wildcats. Wrapped up.
So that'll be a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. We got a Rooster down on the field with 10:26 to go. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hopefully a cramp as well. Tried to get up a couple times.
No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink, or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
Welcome back. 10:26 to go. 3-yard run by Pesic gives the Cats a 1st down to the 40-yard line, and they move the chains. So Pesic going to be next to Riley in the backfield. Wide receiver flanked out to the far side for the Cats. And they're going to go on the handoff for Pesic. He tries to get to the outside, cuts back, and is wrestled down on the far side by the Roosters. Going to bring up a 2-yard loss. Had somebody, Mr. Norfleet, on the on our chat asking how many yards for Reynolds on the season. 947 is what we got him down for on the year, and now with 10 touchdowns on the year as well. So close to 1,000 yards on the season. And Riley going to lower the shoulder again. Ball comes out. A scrum for it. There's in there fighting. I think Pleasant Hill might have it with 9:25 and running here in the quarter.
Yeah, and the officials might be letting a little bit go here. It almost looked like that was caused by contact, but bang plays is kind of tough to see.
Down by contact, then it pops out. Not real sure.
I don't know that they've distinguished anything.
They kept it with Harrisonville, and I believe that's going to be really close to a first down.
They may have been pointing somebody anyway,
yeah, but
and made that decision.
So he 3rd and short with 8:45 to go.
At that point, I don't know about the spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that one. We'll just roll with it here. On 3rd and short, they're going to hand off Pesic. He's got a first down, and then more to the 25, and a late flag comes in there.
I tell you what, he looks like he is going to run lateral to the sideline all day, and then he puts a foot in the ground, and he gets upfield.
So that'll be a penalty, though. It'll be coming back after the first down, and that'll put us back at the 40, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10, basically, for the Cats. So clock rolls here in the 4th quarter, 45-7 the score. Cats in control. We've joked about the 400 yards tonight, and it's a good season for a lot of guys. I mean, on the year he's almost at 1,000. Most high school kids could take 1,000 yards on that, and he did it in 3 games. That's what's absolutely insane.
Impressive, yes.
So we are waiting for the 3rd and 10. 2 wide receivers set to the near side. They're going to fake the handoff. No, give the handoff. Thought they faked it. Good read.
Must have been a good fake.
Riley. Good fake by Riley to carry that one out. Pesic's going to get about 3 on that one. Bring up a 4th down for the Cats. Got to figure the Cats going to go for it on 4th down. So that's going to, after tonight's game with Jace being at 940, so that's going to put him at a little over 310 yards per game, and that will put him number 2 in the nation in yards a game over a fella from Alabama and just below Tyler Bowden, who is from Tonganoxie, yet he had to play tonight. So if he didn't have 200 or 300 yards, he may drop as well. So
right.
4th down coming out. Cats going to call a timeout and stop the clock with 6:49 to go. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Cats in control of this one.
Take a break and watch the game. Let the pros do the photos. Royal One's photography allows you to not miss any of the action while they capture the moment. Whether it is in a sporting event, senior banners, or something special, they will take care of you. Trust the official photographer of 4T's Broadcasting, Royal One's Photography. Visit them on Facebook and book your appointment today.
Welcome back. Cats are going to punt this one away. Teeman going to stand about midfield here with 6:49 to go here in this ball game.
Just a reminder, we are not allowing fans on the field after the game. Also, please, if you could, pick up your trash and get it in the proper trash receptacles.
So we await the kick here from Teeman with 6:49 to go. High snap, able to get it off and kicked it to the sideline, and then going to go get his own punt on the side. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
That is going to go down as a 1-yard punt, downed by Tiemann. I think he was just trying to get it off right there.
Yep, he was. A little pressure off the edge, kind of hurried that.
So Cats with 465 yards rushing on the night.
From their own 36-yard line.
Just 37 passing. It's kind of funny. We talked about in the pregame show, I said, you got to try to get that teeter-totter balanced out, and not meaning just balanced out with run-pass, but balanced out with getting other people involved, and then you get a kid that has 6 touchdowns. I mean, it wasn't like he had 6 3-yard touchdown runs. He
Right.
had 650. So 500 yards total offense for the Cats tonight. Pleasant Hill going to have the ball from their own 36 when we go back to action here. So fourth quarter, fourth down. I'm losing my mind at this point. So 6:39 to go here. Keeler brings his team out. He's got Paris behind him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers set right side for the Roosters. It's been all Cats in this one tonight. Pleasant Hill came and took the lead 7-6, but since then the Cats with 39 unanswered points, all on the carries of Jace Reynolds tonight with 6 touchdowns in the ball game.
You know, with that big play potential, and you know each battle lost at those big yardage and big plays and right into touchdowns, it's tougher to come back out on that next series and say, all right, where's it going to break this time? Where am I trying to be? And you're trying to honor all other sorts of things, playing, assignment football when you know dang good and well where the ball's going to go and possibly break for a 60, 80, whatever yard touchdown run.
So there's a run right up the middle, and Paris lost his hat. Going to have to come out for a play. There was a penalty on the play. Not sure, maybe a face mask since his helmet did come off, but we'll wait for the official signal. And that was a face mask. That's why the helmet came off. So now he won't have to come out of the game, as he would have to come out if that would have been his own self or been away from the play. But since somebody helped it take it off, that is not going to be the situation. Brings it up to midfield. 45-7 the score. 5:53 to go here in the ball game. 2 wide receivers near side here, and Keeler going to pass. He's going seam route.
Ooh.
And had his man, and his man just could not come up with it. Miller, the tight end.
Good ball. Yeah, I think he's got some really good potential as far as sneaking stuff in. And that one, he didn't even bullet across the middle trying to hit somebody in the chest or hands. He lofted one over the top, still hit it basically right over his shoulder. It'd be nice to come down with that one, but good ball nonetheless.
So he's definitely, like you said, they're going to give some people in the MRVC West some fits this year with the way they spread it out and can throw the ball.
Yep. As soon as that started, that timing, you get 2 more weeks in. The timing gets there a little bit quicker. They come in, they haul that in.
Good hit right there. That was Jake Ward on the coverage on the near side. It was intended for Peyton Job, and Ward able to knock him down and knock the ball out.
Him, absolutely. He had good timing right there. Made contact right as the ball got there, not too soon. Good D.
And one of the things I want to say about the Wildcats defense tonight, I've been critical of some of the coverage they've had in the first 2 weeks, and I want to give a lot of credit to Coach Lockett tonight, as he has gotten his kids to play and buy in. They've been hitting tonight. They've been open field tackling, and they've been covering very well for a quarterback that can throw very well.
Yes, and they – oh, my gosh, almost a little bit of a pick play right there.
And that is going to be to the house. 4-6, 89 Miller on a, like you heard Travis say, it was a pick play. I was just talking about coverage, and that happened. But there a lot of guys going in and out on the defensive side of the ball.
Nature of the game, cross routes. I mean, it happens, but he had a nice little 5-yard out and able to turn up the sideline.
So 45-13 the score. Wait for the extra point to come up here with 4:08 to go in this one. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 45-14. We'll take a timeout. Cats in control. 4 minutes to go in this one.
Praise Boutique inside Artisans Corner and Salon 114 on the historic square are proud to spotlight HHS cheerleaders all season long. Not only a cheerleader, senior Cammie Setzer also runs her own boutique inside of Artisans Corner. She has a wide variety of clothes, enjoys ordering new items, and custom creates shirts and koozies.
Go see Cammie at Craze Boutique and go Wildcats!
All right, welcome back. 4:08 to go in the contest. 45-14, Cats in control. Harrisonville going to get the ball back here in just a minute. So we await the kickoff here. Kickoff brought to you by our friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb. You can go see our friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Tonganoxie beat Lewisburg 24-14. We were talking about the Tonganoxie running back who had 317 yards in week 1. They don't have his stats on here, but only with 24 points. Maybe not over 300 again tonight, but you never know. So 4:08 to go as we await the kick. Little squibber going to take in at the 25 to the 30. I'll have to get my roster prepared because that was some. So Shane Coffey with the return. Cats getting some second-tier kids in, those backups. And, you know, that was one of the things I always talked about over the years with Harrisonville. People always say, how do they reload every year? How do they have good teams year in and year out? It's situations like this. You know this firsthand experience from when you played, is you guys went to 5 straight state championship games. One of the reasons behind that was because when the kids were freshmen and sophomores, they were playing third and fourth quarter of meaningful football as on varsity.
Experience. It's pure experience, being in the situation, knowing how to react. Nerves are play a big part into games like that, and whenever you're not when you're not as nervous and you can just focus on doing your job, it's quite a bit easier to do that.
Espen Glenn in at quarterback for the Cats, and you know we haven't called his name this season. He's going to come over to the sideline and get to play. He came in and was huge for the Cats in 3 games last year as I say true freshman. I always say that at the high school level. But as a freshman, you know, we're talking a couple weeks into school, you know, 14-year-old kid saying, hey, here, take the reins to the quarterback spot. And he played like a veteran at times, and he played like a freshman at times, but good experience for him. And he's got 2 wide receivers to his right side this time. And Espen going to take off and run with it, cuts back, stays on his feet, lowers his shoulder. He's going to get a run of about 8 up to about the 35 with 3:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats trying to run. Now you ask me that. Now I have to think back, and I don't really know for sure. So we'll have to.
That's where he was carrying the ball, running to the right side. So I wasn't sure if it just felt more safe or what he was going there.
And now, you know, people will ask me that sometimes. I don't even think about it when I watch a quarterback. I'm just watching the play, and to see left or right-handed, and now you got me wondering. So
well, we may maybe not find out in this game. He might not throw it around too much, but.
So second down,
see what he's favoring.
Second down at about 6. So the ball on the turf and picked up by Pleasant Hill.
Yeah, you got to eliminate those as much as possible. But
Nick Ripberger there in the backfield too. Not sure it looked like a miscommunication on that one.
Yeah, was it going to be a direct snap? Was it going to be a handoff? And that's what they're out there learning right now as well.
Well, and that's what you want them to learn in this situation, because they've got to get game speed stuff. They're going to run the same offense. It's not like the JV kids or the second-tier kids are running a different offense on Monday nights.
That's correct.
They're running the same offense, and there's a lot of moving parts to it, so you got to get used to that. I've been chuckling a little bit tonight with Well, good friend of mine, Joe Parkhurst, texted me a couple of times catching the end of the game, and I just laughed. I had to show that to Travis, but we won't talk any more about that, Joe. So that was a good hit by the Cats defense.
What was the sore subject?
It was definitely a sore subject for Joe, as you could tell. So second down, about 17 coming up for the Cats here. 2:43 to go, fourth quarter, 45-14. Cats, new quarterback into the ball game is Easton Rowe. He's going to hand it off up the middle for Paris. Paris going to get back to the line of scrimmage, make it a third down. So third down coming up. 2:10 to go here in the contest as the clock will roll. So that is Easton Rowe. He's going to roll out and throw out of bounds and brings up fourth down with 1:48 to go. That was a left-handed throw.
That absolutely was left-handed. That's what I was going to say. It's a lot harder to catch that thing. It's backwards rotation. I don't get it.
Hey, and you know what? I never understood. I always thought I looked natural throwing the ball or shooting the ball. I'm a lefty. Until I see another lefty do it, and I'm like, gosh, we really do kind of look awkward when we do things. Here we go, the throw. He throws it, and over the middle, almost caught. Was that Hicks down there? Cats going to get the coverage, and that'll turn us over on downs with 1:43 to go. And I don't say that in a bad way. We do everything backwards, and it's so unnatural for everybody else to
that's exactly it. You're talking percentages, and you see it done one way so often, and then the small percentile that does it that way, you're like, oh, that looked different, and it's because it is.
And for any kid to think, man, lefty quarterback, I may not have a chance to make it anywhere in the NFL or anywhere.
That is not it at all.
Michael Vick, lefty. Also Steve Young, a lefty. One a Hall of Famer, one maybe most dynamic football player of all time.
Yeah, you're not kidding there.
So up the middle, the Cats go for a gain of about 5 or 6 here. See who that was on the carry. That is Weber on the carry. So 5 yards for Cale Weber. And that moves the clock down farther, and it moves the ball forward 5 yards. As we wind this one down tonight, Cats are going to win it just probably by a count of 45-14, but 1:10 still to go, and anything can happen. You get a fumble and a return with 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Cats in no hurry to get up there and snap it.
As far as sports go, yes, anything being able to happen is true.
So late snap, and the Cats are going to take it, and that'll be Espen Glenn, and he loses his footing, gets about a yard. Going to bring up a third down for the Cats. So 40 seconds to go.
Well, he's carried the ball left-handed twice and threw it back to the official right-handed, so I'm still confused.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, though, one of the best athletes to ever come through Harrisonville over the last probably 20 years, when I say athletes, meaning 3-sport guys, Landon Teal was ambidextrous, and he was a great football player. He was a good basketball player and a great baseball player. Went to college and played baseball. But he would always shoot his free throws. He would shoot his first one. I believe he'd shoot his first one right-handed, and if he missed, he'd shoot his second one left-handed. It took me 2 years to realize that he was ambidextrous, and he would do that. But just crazy things like that, and, you know.
It's a pretty nice tool to have.
So, and then, of course, with COVID, we can't have the post-game head and shake, which – before we go to a timeout, I gotta say, in my opinion, that's really goofy, I guess you could say. Like, you were out there smashing into each other for 48 minutes. I think we could go through the handshake line.
Sure.
If you're going to get COVID, you already probably had COVID. Like,
sure.
One of those things.
Yeah.
But nevertheless.
And, I mean, they're taking precautions as
and
far as.
that's what they've got to do. And I understand that because we want to have a full season of football. But at the same time.
I also think you're right. When you're talking outdoors rather than being indoors and, just being able to talk and it being right there, the outside makes it a little different.
So that is your final score, 45-14. We will come back with your post-game show brought to you by your post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire. I want to thank everybody back at Forge for watching this one. And we will talk about our max effort player of the game. It's going to be a tough one tonight, folks. Not sure if we'll figure out who our player of the game could be. So we will take a timeout, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Fall is here. You've felt it all week long with the drizzle, the rain, and you know what fall means? That means pumpkin patches, and that means fun. Guess what? It is time for the Red Barn Ranch to open. They open next Saturday. New stuff coming out. The Family Farm Center and Home Animal Barn with goat balcony, Grandpa's Slinger, and a hayride field. You got Moe's Brothers Burgers and concessions, some special stuff for the adults as well. And then you also have 3 themed events. Opening day will be Pumpkins and Paws with food and pet vendors and live music. And then on the 10th, you'll have Booze and Blooms for the sunflower fields, and you will have live music there as well. And then, of course, on the 31st, the Red Barn Bash. Red Barn Ranch opens next Saturday. Go see Matt out at the Red Barn. Just take Jefferson Parkway north past the community center. It'll be on your right-hand side about a mile outside of town, the Red Barn Ranch.
Something that good teams always possess is the fact they got each other's back. Schroeder Chiropractor in Harrisonville has your back. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, you will feel right at home. And they have a warm, family-friendly waiting area. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in the Bright Futures and Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Welcome back to your post-game show brought to you by Wildcat Post-Game Headquarters, and that is Forged by Fire. Go over and celebrate the Wildcats tonight. Your final score, 45-14. Big story of the game, obviously. We talked about it. We joked about it. We had fun with it, but bottom line, incredible effort by Jace Reynolds tonight. Goes over 400 yards. We had him for 404 yards, under 30 carries in the ball game, and he had 6 touchdowns for the Wildcats. And, he's our max effort player of the game. It's one of those things you're like, well, you give the same guy the player of the game every game, but I mean, you have
when
a superstar. Yes, absolutely.
It's tough to
absolutely.
shy away from that.
We may start calling it the Reynolds player of the game as he's just kind of dominated this first 3 weeks. He's almost at 1,000 yards, folks, for 3 games. That's over 300 yards a game, about 310 yards a game he's averaging. He had 400 tonight. He's got 10 touchdowns on the year as well. And just goes to show you what a hard worker he is and what a smart football player he is. You know who's going to get the football for the Harrisonville Wildcats every Friday night. You know it.
And it makes it tougher.
And he still does what he does each week. Do you think Pleasant Hill did not come in here with the sole purpose tonight of we're going to shut down Jace Reynolds? And sometimes that can happen. When you key so much on a guy, those games like this can happen. I mean, it wasn't as if he was getting hard yards tonight. He was getting 60-yard runs, and he showed his speed tonight because you're stacking 11 guys in the box. If you can find a seam with 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, it's the old adage I always say, he gone, because that's what happened tonight is his touchdowns, and Jerry had them written down here. 43, 33, 81, 52, 66, and 60. He had 4 runs over 50 yards, 3 over 60. That's just incredible football, and hats off to the kid. He's a hard worker. He's a great kid. He's good in the classroom. He's a good teammate. He can be the first to say, hey, without those guys up front, I don't get any of this credit.
Absolutely, and that's the next spot that you go, because those guys were firing off all night long, giving him the windows to run through. And I tell you what, early on he did earn a couple, and once they have that contact and him still running for 5 yards after contact with 2 guys hanging on to him, now whenever they're coming up to make a hit, they're trying to one and done, make it all happen. That's where he slips off of one and untouched for 60, 66, 80, 43 yards, whatever the case may be, because he earned that as he would keep his legs running through all those tough tackles or 2 or 3 guys. Now they don't even want it.
Yeah, and that's what he does too. We talk about that. He can wear you down because, you know what, he gets those hard yards in the first quarter, and then that's when you see him breaking these runs that are in the second and third quarter when guys are like, I'm tired of trying to tackle this guy.
Yep.
And he's so fast. So, like, when he's still running same speed in the third quarter and you've been hit 7 times, you're not quite as quick to that wrap-up as you would have been in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
So, again, final score, 45-14. Jace Reynolds over 400 yards on the night for the Wildcats. 6 touchdowns. He's our max effort player of the game. I'm going to give Norris Vance my teammate of the game, brought to you by Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance and Cam Chenoweth. They were Wildcats together and teammates together in high school. They're competitors off the field now, but they know you have choices in insurance, and they want to thank the teammate of the game tonight. That was Norris Vance with his fumble return for a touchdown, and that was the only other scoring the Cats had after Jace's 6 touchdowns. And that's kind of wraps up tonight's scoring, 45-14. Cats, 6 touchdowns from Reynolds, and then the defensive touchdown as well.
Yeah, well, and the defense played hard. They played well. Obviously, kept to 14 points, and the first one being on maybe the second drive of the game for P. Hill, and they worked their butts off, just like you said. Vance applying pressure, getting a nice little scoop and score, and that was off of a play that had a bunch of pressure with 3 guys there to knock that ball loose for him to be able to get into the end zone. You said it, with defensive scores, the last couple weeks, they need to be able to keep that going. That turnover ratio is going to be huge in closer games. Anyone who may have Jace's number and be able to shut that down a little bit, now they can turn around and give the ball right back to the offense with the defense doing what they're doing right now. Yeah, the defense much better tonight. We talked about the coverage, and we talked about everything that they did tonight. And hats off to the coaching staff for getting that fixed. They gave up 42 last week. They only give up 14 tonight, 7 of that even coming late in the ball game in what we call mop-up duty. Mm-hmm. So, it's starting to click for the Wildcats. And if you're the rest of the MRVC West, you're starting to think, oh, no. But, it's going to be a week in, week out. They're going to try to stop Jace Reynolds. From here on out, it's going to have to be who else is going to step up and be able to get those yards. If you remember in 2016, Morgan Salamaya, that was the guy you had to stop. You had to stop him. He was an all-stater, should have been a D1 kid, goes to Pitt State. He's had a great career at Pitt State. Yeah. Incredible athlete, incredible kid, incredible player. But in the state championship game, Kearney was dead set. They were going to stop Morgan Salamaya, and guess what? He took his 78 yards, 100 yards in that game, and Joe Bowers had 170 yards and a touchdown in the game to help the Wildcats win. So it's going to be who's going to be Jace's Joe, this year. Who's going to be that guy that steps in? Is it going to be Josh Pesic? Is it going to be a Kennedy Atkinson with some big catches? Or is it going to be River Riley? Sure.
they've got to all get together and say, who's next? Who's going to be the other guy to help?
Yeah, and there will be people who distinguish themselves as they step up and make key plays. It's going to be up to a little bit of the coaching staff, getting those guys coached up to be able to take advantage of, because they're putting essentially everyone in the same position. Yeah, Jason's going to get the ball a little bit more, but they're going to develop things that are, hey, this is designed for you. And so once they go up and take that on their shoulders and go make that play, now they'll kind of set themselves apart and be able to do just that. But not only that, it's a week in, week out, like you were talking about, is getting better at this point. Right now, when you're sitting pretty good, you coming off of a big win, now it's time to be humble, go back to the books, the drawing board, to continue the mix-ups, so where you can get Jace off to the races as much as you have right now. And You've already said it, that there's a method to the madness. Each week you're putting something on film. You're making the other teams waste practice time to figure out what you're going to do with this, what you're going to do with that. Meanwhile, you got your bread and butter Jace running through. And a lot of times your little trick plays and misdirection stuff is going to benefit you because they're so honed in on your playmaker.
Yeah, and we'll see what teams do to adjust to try to stop him. We kind of joke about it, but he now owns 4 out of the top 5 rushing games in school history, single-season rushing games, or single-game rushing records in school history, 4 out of 5. 401 tonight, 352 last year. He also had 297 and 291 in the games last year, and those are when people knew he was coming at you. So, you know what? Go wrap him in bubble wrap, put him back in his bubble so we don't get any COVID near him.
Yeah.
Put the car back in the garage, as we were joking about a little bit ago. Keep him healthy, keep your team healthy, and see what can happen down the stretch.
Well, I think they need to invest in one of the cryo chambers and everything, so if there are any kind of the workhorse being beat up over 60 carries a game, let's stick him in that thing for a couple of days so he's ready to go back to work.
Well, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. I know we were well over 300, 400 viewers multiple times during that ball game. We'll see the totals when they come out tomorrow, but want to thank everybody for joining us again tonight. We'll be back at home next Friday night. I'll have a special guest in the press box with me next Friday. He's looking forward to seeing everybody. Braxton Graham are going to come and make his season debut next Friday night, so that'll be some fun as well. So for Larissa Lamb back behind the camera, for Jerry Forschler right under the camera, and for our special guest commentator, Travis Forschler, I am Chad Grammer saying good night from P. Hill. We will see you next Friday night from home.